Are you ready?
Yeah.
To podcast. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. That's how you start a podcast, everyone. Do, 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 do.
You can't see me.
I can see you. Can you see me?
Can't now.
If you do it fast enough, you can make it look like you can see the green screen. Did you see? Did you see? You can see the green screen if I do it fast enough.
Well done.
Thanks, guys. Welcome, everyone, to the live version of Hellstorm podcast. We don't have Dan today.
I'm
lovely Alex.
I'm discount Dan for today.
Discount Dan.
Dan's
Discount
busy.
Dan has returned. He's looking a bit. I think his white balance is a little bit off. Shall we sort it out? There we go. Now you look like you're in the same room as me. How nice is that?
When actually I'm in a secret compartment,
You are
300 miles from the floor,
You are.
where Mikey keeps us all.
Yes, and the microphone stand is kind of getting green screen out just a little bit, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. So, are you ready to do your very first podcast?
Yeah, I guess I'll have to be winter.
Is everyone else ready for a podcast? Hello, everyone. I want to say hello to Misk Meiser, who's subscribed to us, but it wasn't during the stream. So thank you for subscribing, dude.
Thank you.
Site from the Discord, absolute legend. I want to say hello to Enquity Graphics, not seen in a while, dude. Zydlick, hi guys. We got Dan Brook, how you doing, man? We got Esgrim. This is all in the Twitch chat, and then on the YouTube chat, we've got Stuart, we've got Crosby's Asia, we've got Ridley, we got Matty Needham from all the way from South Africa. So thank you, man. You've travelled a long way to watch this podcast.
True non-queen. Thank you for that.
And Jamie Miller, welcome, dude.
Thank you.
And we've got Hellstorm Dan in the chat, who's supposedly.
I thought Hellstorm
Busy.
Dan was busy. Or is this an?
He's going out for cocktails and dancing.
Oh, is he going for cocktails and
I
dancing?
think so.
I mean, why weren't we invited?
He doesn't like inviting us. Camelot 96, how you doing, man? Keeps taking Sky Rays. He doesn't have Sky Rays anymore.
No, he doesn't.
never mind.
Because Mikey uses considerable not wealth to purchase them.
Okay, Crosby it is. Bonclodger, before the review begins, I must vent because I did not magnetise my Telamon. They ruined the double cannon loader.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. Have you heard? Did you know that Ford prices are reasonable?
They're so reasonable.
And other hilarious jokes you can tell yourself. So today I'm just going to tell you about the agenda before we actually start. We're going to welcome the chat and check sound levels. So if the sound is bad, tell us now before we start recording.
Yeah.
We're going to start the podcast. We're going to welcome the podcast. We're going to do a food review. We're going to have a chat, a natter.
I'm
going to tell you all about Team Hellstorm because someone was asking who's on Team Hellstorm, and I thought that was quite clear, but turns out it wasn't. So we're going to talk about that, Alex. Is that right?
That's fine, Mikey.
Then we're going to be like Custodies, and then we're going to be done.
Yeah.
That's it. We're just going to say Custodies done.
Custodies, bye.
Bye.
Have a good time.
Bye. The sound is spot on. Datcom, welcome, dude. Tankos, welcome, man. Okay, shall we start the podcast?
Yeah, sure.
You ready to start?
Yeah.
I'm so ready to start.
I'm being ready to start.
I get to say hello and welcome to the Hellstorm podcast once again. I get to say it twice a week. Twice every podcast.
The fact that your eyebrows light up when you do that shows that you're truly happy.
I love saying it. Are you ready?
Go on then.
Welcome to the Hellstorm Wargaming podcast, number 7, Beta Custodies.
Beta Custodies.
This is number 7. The 7th podcast. We do one every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's normally Dan, but we have
Dan.
Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
How
Mikey.
are you? Are you okay?
I'm not bad, yourself.
I didn't just ask you 2 minutes ago.
I know, that's why I'm just wondering if anything massive had changed in the last 2 minutes, but no more.
No, but I have to ask because we record this podcast live.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to watch this podcast, you can watch it live on Twitch, watch it live on YouTube, and we basically do a podcast every 2 weeks at 7:30 UK time. It's currently GMT, but when you're listening, it might be later. But we'll see. So we have the Twitch chat, we have the YouTube chat. They're joining in. We'll be answering questions by them while we're talking.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, gotta agree that cheese is delicious.
Cheese is rather delicious. So there you go.
Yeah.
So if you come out random comments like that, it's probably because we're replying to someone. So join in the live chat.
Yeah.
All our podcasts are free. You can listen to them on Spotify. You can listen to them on iTunes. You can listen to them on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I downloaded through iTunes. I'll probably not download listen to myself, but when I listen to Mikey and Dan, I download it through iTunes.
Yeah, exactly. So like I like listening to it on Spotify because I've got Spotify on my phone anyway. But I don't listen to my own podcast because that'd be weird.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to support the podcast, you may have heard of an awesome thing known as Hellstorm Premium. No one's heard of it before. You get extra battle reports for £4 a month and other stuff, and you support the podcast directly. Or you can subscribe on Twitch, which is a paid service rather than like what it is on YouTube. But if you'd like to support us there, then amazing. So, Alex.
Yes.
We've got an agenda.
We've
welcomed the podcast. Hello, everyone. You are welcome.
You are welcome. Thanks for being here.
We have our first topic of the day.
We do.
Would you like to tell me all about it?
I would.
Can you tell you.
Yes, I can, because I've got it in front of me right here.
You sound like you are organised, Alex.
That is the amazing thing. So we've done the welcome to the podcast. So obviously that's done. The next thing is the food review.
The food review.
Yeah. It's a tradition for you and Dan. I was really excited about joining this. Yeah. Then you got some really rubbish food.
So, what do you mean rubbish food? You haven't even tasted. We don't even know what it is yet.
It doesn't look very. I mean, they're saying cheese in the chat. Now, for me, that'd be a good review.
Someone has said I should try cyanide as a food review.
I mean, it comes from apples.
Wow. I have just eaten an apple. It was terrible.
Yeah. £3 for 6 apples.
Don't tell anybody about how much I spend on apples.
No, I thought they were cheaper in fairness, because I was in the shop and as a Northern, I was disgusted. I was disgusted that he got £6. 50p a frigging apple, man. Go to local greengrocer and get
Don't buy apples from Co-op.
No.
There you go. Screw them. But we've got some food to review, Alex. Do you want to show the chat? Do you want to tell everyone about it and I'll describe it?
Yeah, well...
Does it get green screened out? That's the first question.
Is that okay?
No, that's okay. There you go. So we have a Trek coconut.
Good thing I like
protein
coconut.
Flapjack. Gloriously gluten
9 grams of protein.
Free protein bar.
Could eat some bloody bacon instead.
So it's like a vegan flapjack. If you're watching live,
proudly vegan,
screen, with coconut in it and cocoa. It says it sticks with you because it's a flapjack. 100%
like
proper good food. Proudly vegan, good source of protein.
I've got to say, if you're one of those people who like being conscious with the food, it's ticking everything off here. No, it's vegan, it's good for the planet apparently.
Yeah. Look how cool that is.
Keeps you going with a cuppa.
No one realises that my camera is actually reversed, so it looks backwards. So, yeah, it's got 9 grams of protein.
That's a lot of protein,
It keeps you going with a cuppa on the go or pre and post exercise. So, it's upside down. It looks nice. It was quite expensive. It was £1.
It looks nice.
We're doing the package review.
To be fair, the package, it does summon ideas of an idyllic countryside. Yeah. There's a bit of water in the background. There's a hill. It's supposed to be like I don't know, Lake Windermere or something. I mean, it's okay packaging. I wouldn't.
It's okay. It's gloriously gluten free. It's chocolate flavour topped.
Chocolate flavoured.
Chocolate flavour topped.
Is that like diabetic chocolate?
But it is
I get my grandma when she says
energy.
she doesn't like it.
Reliable energy. You could use this.
Reliable energy.
To power houses like solar power. Reliable energy.
It's got 9 grams of protein and you could probably grind it down for reliable energy.
In Iceland, the country, it was £8 for 4 apples. I like how it defined...
£8 for 4? This is how we define economy.
£8 at supermarket for 4... And then someone has said, why not just grow a tree in your back garden? And because that sounds like a lot of effort.
Apples are a fruit that tend to grow in most places without much problem. So I don't know how people can justify charging that much to grow them. It's not like we're importing them from miles away.
Tankos Robert says these flapjacks are ace. He knows. This is an Astartes approved
approved food.
It smells like coconut, funnily enough.
I mean,
it looks like a flapjack.
I'm going to open it up. I'm going to get.
And it's got chocolate flavour on top.
I'm going to tease my senses. I mean, I like flapjack.
He actually said Astartes snacks. I beat him to it. Look at that.
There we go. I do like coconut, and it does smell. It smells quite nice. It smells like a nice.
It smells really tasty.
Well, if you like coconut, you'll like it, won't you? That's what I imagine.
Go on. Have a go.
Have a bite.
Have a go. How do you feel about it, Alex? What's the first impression of your flapjack? Astartes flapjack. Lead the way, trekbaruk.com. Delicious and filling.
What I'd say is, first 3 things that come to my mind.
Yeah.
If you like coconut, you're all
is
right.
It just the coconut?
No, if you don't like it, you're not going to like it.
That's 2 things.
Second thing is, really nice and crispy, like a flapjack should be.
Yeah.
That's good. I do like that, but a bit soft at bottom, you know.
Bit soft at bottom.
Yeah, so you can actually chew it without it breaking your teeth.
Oh, that's good. It holds
and
together.
the Erstats chocolate is not too bad.
Erstats chocolate, Alex.
Yeah. Do you know what Erstats is? It's like in World War One when Germany couldn't get enough food, so they started eating sawdust stuff and stuff instead. They called it Erstats food.
Right.
So
it is a lot tougher at the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's. I mean, you can tell it's filling. I've only had a small chunk. You can tell it's filling.
It's actually quite tasty. I don't think I'd eat it all the time. Because it's one of them snacks that you have like 3 or 4 times. It just gets a bit boring.
But if you said it's a treat, fine. I mean, it's coconut as well, isn't it? That's the thing. I mean, I love coconut, so...
Yeah. Symbol1, thank you for the follow on Twitch, dude. Welcome in. How are you?
Alex gives better reviews. Thank you.
So, Enquity Graphics says, can we scrap Dan now? From now on, because Alex gives better reviews. Yeah,
I mean, the point is with that, I will say in fairness, if you look at Dan, I obviously like food a lot more. So,
but you're a wordsmith as well.
A wordsmith, not from Yorkshire, mate.
You are.
But no, I will tell you what, I was slating it a bit, but I'm glad it's like an eco-conscious food, because if you're into that, that's good. And it tastes nice. For a vegan, gluten-free, normally you hear those words and you think, oh, God, don't you? But no, nice snack. Not, I won't eat it all the time. Bit overpowering, but it is nice.
Yeah, it's nice and different. So there you go. So that was Trek coconut protein flapjack.
If you like coconut
and
flapjack,
if you
I'd recommend
gluten, you can't have gluten.
No,
not just if you're vegan. If you're forced not to be able to have like normal flapjack, then you know.
Oh, that's a winner. That's a winner. I wonder if they do different flavours. You know, like a plain one rather than coconut.
Well, there's a few to choose from. Maybe it should it should stop being the food review. It should be the Trek coconut bar.
I mean,
review.
I did like that a lot. I'm going to save some for on the way home later. But that is actually pretty banging. If I will say, that's high praise from me. That is nice.
Is it dairy free? Says John.
I will imagine so. If it's got no gluten in it.
Let's have a look.
It is fake chocolate, isn't it? I'm not sure. We'll have a look underneath.
It may contain milk.
May contain milk. Oh,
so that's a shame. So it does have. Dairy.
It does look like they try not to put milk in, but they can't guarantee you that.
Yeah, same as nuts.
For legal reasons, just in. Well, it's probably got nuts in it. It's flapjack, isn't it? No, yeah, I do feel sorry for you if you're lactose intolerant. You can't have flapjack. That is quite sad. That I feel for you there. I'm lucky that I've not got anything. You know, like.
So John says it's probably manufactured in a factory that has milk.
Yeah, that's more than likely. That's what it normally is. Like, because you get things that never have nuts near them, but if they're inside the same factory.
So.
And it's made in Britain if you're interested in that.
There you go.
So that's a UK business you're supporting. So there you go.
Come April, you'll still be able to buy them.
But if you are abroad, if you are abroad, I'm sure you'll find something lovely like that in your own countries as well. Or you can import it for after April, it'll be even cheaper for you because when our economy goes, we can scam a lot cheaper. You'll be fine.
So yeah, that was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Packaging, Alex, out of 10.
Packaging, it's all right. I get a 5, average. It's not bad.
It's a British.
It's not upsetting me. It's it's not.
It's okay.
It's not like you see some packaging in supermarkets. You just want to find the person who did it and just drive their head for a window.
Out for a jog and tried to take a nice Instagram picture where it just looks.
Yeah, that's literally. It's like it's a Sunday. I'm out with my significant other. And I've took a nice photo to put on Facebook or Instagram.
Because you're that sort of person.
Yeah.
Because you're a vegan.
Yeah. I mean, they can't all be healthy.
I know, but...
I mean, they probably are. It's a much healthier diet. I'm not going to argue about that.
Yeah. So packaging, I'd probably agree with that. A nice 5, maybe a 6 because it's like
5.5
because it says cocoa.
5.5 at vegans. Okay.
Yeah. 5.5. We'll stick with 5.5.
I'll put half on for you vegans.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. And gluten free is.
Yeah.
Taste. Give it like a 6 or a 7.
I'd give it a 7. Yeah. I'd give it a 7. I mean, I like coconut, I like flapjack, so it was going to be all right for me.
It didn't really taste like flapjack to me. It had the consistency of a flapjack.
Yeah, you're right there.
But it didn't taste like a flapjack.
Yeah.
It just tasted like chocolatey coconut, which, you know.
Yeah, but it had that consistency. Like, I mean, it's just a solid bit of coconut.
But it is called coconut.
Yeah, coconut.
That's what it was. That's what it tasted like.
I'd rather have a bowl of coconut. Protein flapjack. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
We'll say not. It's all right, is that?
Yeah.
It's all right. As we say in Manly, it's all right, is that?
Yeah. So please don't use that accent again. You can't do it.
Hey.
They're not from there.
I'll take thee forward. And I'll take thee backward.
Take thee sideways and all.
I will and all. Merryweather Misko, welcome to stream, dude. Thank you for the follow. So welcome Unicorn John. We haven't talked about this bit yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
That's on the screen, not the wall.
Yeah,
it's on the screen. What do you think about it, Alex? The bit on the screen in the middle.
Well,
I know you're not there.
I mean, I don't mind that.
I am the shortest there.
Yeah, it looks fine though.
What do you think? Is it pretty?
I think it looks lovely. I think the artist is very talented.
It's pretty cute.
It's pretty cute. Yeah. It is cute, actually. Yeah.
So that is some art pieces. This one is brand new today of Dan as a BL-Tan dude. I don't know what sort of BL-Tan is. He Dire Avenger? I don't.
It looks more like a Guardian with it.
It's a bit like a Guardian with these.
Yeah.
So we've got Dan as an Eldar Guardian. We've got me. I'm just going to point my finger like this because I'll say I can't reach. It's not because the camera stops. We got me as a Blood Raven Scout, and we've got Elliot as a Necron, which is awesome artwork drawn by the lovely Unicorn John, or John Scrivens.
It is lovely.
So absolute legend. Go and give him a follow. Check out the Honest Wargamer. Yeah. He does streams on there Wednesdays 12 till 2 p.m. I believe 12 till 2. John will correct me.
If we're wrong, he'll definitely correct us.
So yeah, I'm gonna have it on a T-shirt. It's gonna say Hellstorm Wargaming, and it's going to have us three, and then eventually we're going to get another one, and then another one, and then we're going to have to get 2 T-shirts and then like line them up so we can see everybody. Because Team Hellstorm's quite big, you know.
It is quite large.
Shall we talk about Team Hellstorm?
Oh, you certainly can.
I segued into that?
You did. That was quite impressive. That was professional, Mikey.
But then I pointed it out, so it became ultimately worse.
Yes.
Hey, Night Ravens, how you doing, man? Welcome.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yes. So someone asked the other day, well, a couple of people asked, said, "Who is Team Hellstorm?" Because we don't know who it is. And I said, well, that's a really tough one because there's 7 count
maths at this time of night.
7 defined Team Hellstorm members, but we have a lot of what I like to know as Hellstorm affiliates, which are people who help out the channel a lot, but I guess aren't technically on the website, basically.
Yeah.
The thing is, we have the team which is defined on the website, which is like the main team, but then we have people who help out a lot, which I'd like to put on there, but they're not on enough to like make a whole subsection for them.
Yeah.
So the team, there's basically 2 roles, I think. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. There's the Supreme Overlord.
There's the Supreme Overlord.
And then there's everyone else.
There's everyone else. So that's what Mikey likes to think. And I've got to go along with it because what you can't see off camera is the massive gun he's pointing at my head.
What gun?
The laser one.
Laser cannon.
The laser cannon from the Spacers.
Someone's asked, how do you apply to become a Hellstorm groupie? All you have to do is subscribe to Hellstorm Premium.
I knew that would come in. Subscribe.
Yeah. So we have me, who's basically the concept was my idea with Dan's help. To be fair, I started the channel. I do all the filming mainly now. I kind of like the film is done by everybody, but I used to do all the filming.
Yeah.
I do all the editing. I do all the promotion. I control all the accounts and all that. Yada yada yada. Could you define the 7 as different armies for artwork characters, or do some crossovers, such as potentially? My microphone sounds low. It's probably because I'm too far away, John. Thank you. So that's me. So I kind of do a lot of the channel, and then we've got Elliot and Dan, who were the first 2 to join in. Because essentially I started streaming on my own. Yeah, you did. Back in the day. And then I got Elliot to help me. Cheers, John. Got Elliot to help me. And then I was like, Elliot, do you want to help out more? And then I was like, Dan, do you want to help out more? Because it was almost Dan that pushed me towards it. Because he was always like, oh, I want to do battle reports. I was like, don't be stupid. Yeah. You'll never make it. Don't be stupid. Get rid. Stop it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing it. Do you want to help out? So there was us 3 for a little while. And then we got Neil, who plays Orcs, Iron Warrior. I probably should tell people's armies as well. Elliot doesn't have one. Dan plays every other army. Elliot,
don't disparage Elliot like that. Elliot melds into any army that's available for him.
Jack Foe, thank you for following, dude. Welcome. So Elliot, who plays any army that's available.
Yeah.
Dan, who has all the Eldar. He has Tau.
He used to have Tau, but Mikey's acquired them.
Yeah. And then we've got Neil, who plays Iron Warriors, Thousand Suns, and Orcs now. Yeah. And then we took you on, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's when you joined. Was it like 4 or 5 months in?
4 or 5 months in. I'd send you some funds before that, but that was as a mate, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were like silent investor. And I was like, right, get on the channel, come play. So you join, you play Tyranids.
Yeah.
You've got lots of other armies as well, but they're not painted.
No, they need painting.
But
That's fair, I haven't played with them either.
This is true.
Yeah.
I'm reading steps. How to be the Supreme Overlord. Step 1, love colour red. Step 2, accept Mikey as the one and only meme lord. Step 3, steal relics.
I mean, it does sum it all up. That's
It's
fair.
right.
That's a fair summary. I won't argue with that.
So you play Tyranids.
Yes.
And then we got Billy, who plays Sneaky Alpha Legion and Orcs as well.
Yeah, he
Orcsy
does.
boys. He was the original Orc player. Neil got an army later on into.
Yeah.
And then we had Toby, who played Grey Knights, then sold his Grey Knights, and then disappeared from Warhammer for 6 months.
Yeah, he went to America and got a job.
He got a degree.
Yeah.
Mikey Molly says hi. She's got her first wobbly tooth, bless her. That's Dan's kid. Send my love. She's a lovely lass.
The only thing in red that's good is World Eaters.
Wrong.
Wrong.
So then Toby kind of disappeared, and he was basically like, I'm not bothered anymore. So I was like, okay, we'll replace you with Andy. Okay.
He's not like a pair of trainers.
Well, no, it was like, we need another guy. So
Yeah.
there's actually 8 of us now, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I need another guy. So we'll get Andy on, he's an Golden Demon winner.
Yeah, his painting.
His painting is
so
phenomenal.
Nice.
He has Eldar, but doesn't really play them. But he mainly plays Imperial Guard now.
Yeah.
And his beautiful knights.
Bit of
which I've
Treadhead
been
as
on the
well,
channel.
and he likes his tanks, doesn't he?
Yeah. And then Toby came back, so he went back up to 8. So there you go. So there's me, Dan, Elliot, Alex, Neil, Billy, Andy, Toby. Team 8 Storm.
Team 8 Storm. The 8 stars of chaos. 8 pointed.
This is beyond science.
This is beyond science.
So there you go. That is Team Hellstorm. There is 8 of us. There is probably way too many, but you guys love them. And then we got what I like to know is Hellstorm affiliates, which are people who help out all the time. People like Dan, Dan Brook, who's in a chat now, has filmed a few battle reports with us. We've got Tank.
Yeah, Tank's been a few times.
Filmed loads with us. We've got 2 reports coming out over the next 2 weeks. I realize I keep cutting my hair off. Don't want that. We got 2 reports coming out over the next 2 weeks with Tank. We've got Kev, Jamie, we've been on. We've had loads of
There's
people
loads of people coming. Maybe just for one, but there's a few has been in for quite a few.
But we kind of used to define it as a team, but now it's just we're the ones who made the main decisions, but we basically ask everybody.
Yeah.
We ask you guys what we should do. We don't really keep many secrets because I'm terrible at it. So
yeah,
there is one secret series coming to premium only, but that's it. So.
Just teasing that out there, Mikey.
And Backbone member Mr. Moonter in it, but you guys are amazing. So you're all Team Hellstorm.
Team Hate Storm.
That is pretty much what happens when people are talking about me. So it's usually Hate Storm or a storm of hate.
Just stop being so divisive, then, Mikey. Stop putting Leviathans everywhere they don't need to go.
I do love Leviathans.
You do love the Leviathans.
So, I miss Elliot. Elliot's going to be on a report this week.
Yeah.
Maybe on Friday.
Maybe.
Do you want to see Elliot on Friday? There you go. So I think that's covered everything. Has that covered everything, Alex?
I think that's covered.
Is that the end of the podcast?
No, it's not
sure?
the end of the podcast because there's the main. I mean, the title gave it away, but there's more in the
give it away because it's
blah blah blah.
Beta male Custodies. I keep trying not to say C-U-C-K.
Yeah, he sent me that the other day. I was like, bit edgy.
Edgy.
I mean, I like a spicy meme.
Beta male Custodies.
Beta, something you do to food. Custodies.
Yeah. Using storm cannons for hate storm. Yeah, exactly. So. You want to talk about Custodies?
Please stop. It's not okay. No. Yes, I'd love to talk about Custodies.
So, guys, the main 40k topic. 24 minutes in. We're going to talk about the new. Someone wrote it in the chat. We're going to talk about the new Custodies.
Yes, you know.
So, what was it? Friday last week? It's now Wednesday.
Yeah, I was at work and I was
Thursday or
desperate
Friday.
not to be at work, so I wanted to talk about it so much. I was messaging you like, "Why am I at work?
Why am I at work, bro?" That's when I'm going to talk about Golden Boys.
That's another very funny word for those Golden Boys.
So, Thursday or Friday, or is it Wednesday, that Forge World accidentally leaked the new Custodies unit.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you
the guys from Flash Gordon.
They're a lie! Gordon's a lie! What they call it, the Venatari Custodians.
Yeah.
Or Brian Blesseds.
Brian Blessed. In the 40k Millennium.
Have you missed meme review?
No.
We filmed that.
No,
it might be coming out next week.
Yep.
So yeah, Forge World accidentally leaked the Venatari, which are the jetpack Custodies.
And to be fair, they rode it like a wave. They're like, we've leaked it.
We're just going to do it now.
Just have it all.
Next day, let's say it was Thursday, they released full updated Forge World rules for the Custodies.
There we go. Crosby in the YouTube chat says, leak were Thursday, reveal on the beta on Friday.
There you go. Thank you very much, Crosby. So on Friday they went, okay.
Accidentally.
Okay, now you can pre-order the jetpack dudes and shout Gordon's alive while flying across the battlefield. Yeah. But here's all the rules for every unit that we make.
Yeah. About time.
It was absolutely crazy. Because obviously they've been saying that there's a new Imperial Armor book coming that's going to have Custodies and Grey Knights and Sisters of Silence. Cool, amazing. When's it going to come? Nobody knows. Not too bothered. Gives me time to paint stuff.
Yeah.
Not too fussed. Gives me time to paint my 9 Virtus Praetors that are upstairs. It is a year after the Custodies Codex, as John has just pointed out. Literally a year. But we're going to go through the updated rules compared to the old beta rules.
Yeah.
So we've got version 1, version 2. And we're going to talk about who's won the update, who's lost the update.
Who's lost the update, who's just sat where they were before.
Yeah. And then we're going to look at some of the units that have come out that might be comparable to other units already in the Codex, such as the, I can't remember, the Agmatus and the Aquilons, which are the bikes and the Terminators. And then we're just going to have a general chit-chat about it, aren't we? See what you think.
Looking forward to it.
You looking forward to it? Is everyone else looking forward to it? Someone said 9 Virtus... Well, Camelot said 9 Virtus Praetors, amateur numbers. Gotta pump up those numbers, man.
Those numbers up.
So, I said, if you would like to turn to the Achilles, which is the Dreadnought with the spear, which is the first profile in the beta rules, please turn and we will start our first hymn.
Contemptor Achilles, movement is degrading.
Whilst I sort out my chat boxes. So, the Achilles Dreadnought is the Custodies Dreadnought with the big spear.
Yeah.
Really, really cool unit, right? It got nerfed.
Cool. It did.
It got nerfed, everybody. Don't know if you knew. I've been... as long as you skip the Telamon. So, it actually got... It weakened a little bit. So, I'll talk about what those things did. So, essentially, the Achilles lost 2 wounds because now it only has a max of 10 rather than 12.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal. It means it's going to be a lot easier to kill those things. They've still got the same save. They've still got the same invuln. But
it's just 2 wounds have gone.
Exactly. They are generally... It's just 2 wounds that you've lost, which is a shame. 12 wounds is really high for a Dreadnought, and we're like, oh, that's good. So now it's back down to like a Contemptor level, so it's not like a super...
12 wounds a Hive Tyrant, isn't it? That's...
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a bit strange. It also lost the leadership.
For some reason. I mean, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a single model, so it's not really that important in fairness, but...
Yeah. It's a bit of a shame, really. I mean, like, for one leadership, if you're going to get, like, Mind Ward or something like that, I don't know, something that can target you that affects your leadership, then fine. But I'll go on to why I think it's lost the leadership afterwards. Yeah. The spear weapon got basically quite a large nerf. So it lost 12-inch range. It used to be like a las cannon, a D3 damage las cannon at 36-inch. Now it's 24-inch at heavy D3. Still decent. Strength 8, -2 rather than -3, and D3 damage. I
mean, it's not terrible. It's just terrible. Not as good as it was.
No, it's a bit of it's a bit annoying because like I might have built around. The thing is, like 36-inch range while your Dreadnought's running up shooting a las cannon at you.
It's essentially a possible 3-shot missile launcher with not as good damage potential.
Yeah, when it used to be.
Yeah.
And not as good las cannon.
Yeah, which we all know what we'd rather have out of those two.
Yeah. But it did gain more weapon options on its arms. It used to only take the Lastrum Stormbolters, which are Strength 5 -1 Stormbolters. But now it's got the Adrathic Destructor.
Yeah.
It's Salt 2, Strength 5,
AP3.
-3, 3 damage.
Nice.
Which is essentially like a plasma gun that's always overcharged.
Yep.
And it can take the Infernus Incinerators, which are basically heavy flamers because they're Strength 6 rather than Strength 5. Which is pretty cool. But we've compared the points costs. It has dropped from 13 power level to 8 power level, which doesn't sound like very important, but it does when most of the Custodes army is deep strike.
Yeah.
So having your ground control, having the right amount of numbers. Or to be fair, it doesn't even matter anymore because it's just all points, isn't it? Power. No one cares about power level. I forgot that the update of the deep strike half is now points.
Oopsie.
Did an oopsie. However, it does move 9, but that's not changed. It went from 245 points to 140. So it dropped to 105 points.
Which nearly, in my opinion, justifies some... I mean, it's 100 points cheaper. If you think about it that way.
Yeah.
The gun's not as effective, but it is 100 points cheaper.
105.
Yeah. So if you've got another 40 points from somewhere, you can put another one on your list, if you think of it like that.
Yeah. So I think, realistically, like, it has lost 2 wounds and it's lost a leadership. But as we know, because GW have already said so, that they build their point system from algorithms.
Yeah.
So they put in a points number and the algorithm will change either the stats or they'll change the stats, which will affect the points, or vice versa. So I think they've gone and changed the points, but then the algorithms changed the leadership and the wounds.
Yeah, that does sound sensible.
So it's kind of like, it's stats that don't really make much of a difference. Like leadership, 2 wounds is 2 wounds, but it's not a lot. It's not like it's halved its wounds. So they've gone on, well, we'll make it loads cheaper, but to balance it, we'll drop the leadership because it's less than 150 points, it can't have leadership 9 on one model. And then we'll drop the wounds by 2, which is quite interesting. I've been told it's pronounced Achilles, not Achilles, like Achilles. So, Achilles. There you go. That's going to be weird to get used to. So I think that is actually a big winner because it's nearly half the points. So you could take 2 for 40 points more than the old one.
Yeah.
And why would you not?
Yeah. Oh, the gun's a bit worse.
I'm going to point out now. I'm going to point out now that in the version 1, all of these were limited to 1 per detachment.
Yeah, they were. And now...
They aren't. At all. There's no limitations. You can still take 3.
Yeah, boy. Put one in.
Which is actually what Bon Clodgers just asked.
Yeah.
Does anyone believe that GW has some mastermind algorithm? I think they do because they did confirm that. They said they use algorithms to work out a lot of points.
Yeah, that's why, like, if you strength, toughness 3 and etc., you'll be quite a low point model, and then...
It's not just that they compare it, they've just got a thing that just does it. They've got spreadsheets. So put in strength, toughness, and then they come out with the points, and then they adjust it accordingly, depending what's just been produced.
Depending what faction you are, as well.
What's just been produced on the old
why is this Eldar thing really, really cheap compared to the other? I don't know.
All I'll say is that when one of our friends was playing one of the rules designers in 7th edition, and he just finished writing the Eldar Codex with the Wraith Knights, which was supposed to be 400 points, but they just finished production of Wraith Knights. So what GW do is they don't make all the models all the time. They do production runs.
Yeah.
So they go, right, I'm going to make loads of Wraith Knights. Right, I'm going to make loads of Imperial Knights. Right, I'm going to make loads of Shining Spears or whatever. I don't know. Just 13 that came to my head. Shining Spears, right? And they were like... they've just made loads and loads of Wraith Knights, so they've got abundance of stock. So someone went, drop it 100 points.
Yeah.
Get 5 in the list then. People buy 5. You only get 4 in the list, you only buy 4, right?
That were a fun time.
So there you go.
The entire meta was, are you playing Wraith Knights or can you kill Wraith Knights?
Yeah, exactly. Crosby has just said, also it's Stobbo is always rapid fire because of new rules, and then someone else has pointed out, no, they aren't Astartes, so they don't get the rapid fire. For
some insane reason, the super awesome Golden Boys do not get the rule.
Bolter discipline.
Yeah.
You'd think that, like...
Maybe it's because they damage 2 bolters on the normal...
Yeah, you'd think because they're part of the Imperium, they're basically super space marines, so you should get it.
I mean, that's when you walk up in their argument, though, because like, Sister Silence won't get it, or the normal... Yeah, they won't get it either, because they're not as strong as the Astartes, but like still in power armor.
Yeah.
So you could probably still, it's going to brace for the shooting. I mean...
Fluff-wise, it makes sense, but I think balance-wise.
It doesn't really make sense fluff-wise for the Custodies, because obviously they're stronger than a start is. So
this is more about,
yeah.
Do you think the way fluff-wise...
They were chucking a bone to Space Marines, that's what they were doing.
I think fluff-wise here, where you can explain it is Custodies are walking forwards, killing everyone, whereas Space Marines are stood at the back shooting, and that's the idea. It doesn't make sense for all the Centurions and Terminators to walk and do it anyway, because that's when Custodies look weird. Yeah. If it was just, if you stood still, you shoot long range, that makes sense, because they're more like aiming.
Yeah.
Whereas Custodies aren't going to stand at aim, they're going to run into the fight. But, yeah. Oh well. It means a cool rule, the Beta Discipline. Bolt of Discipline. Our next battle report on Premium next week uses it. Dan versus you. Raven Guard versus Tyranids. That should be good.
Well, also Marines probably practice with bolters like 24/7, whereas Custodies have to shine their armour and play with pointy sticks.
There you go.
Fair enough. Solved.
Welcome, Geeks Wargaming. Rob, how you doing, man? The Achilles Dreadnought, I think's a winner.
I do.
I think it's
just that points drop.
It's the points drop. If it had dropped like 40 points, you'd be like,
a bit iffy.
If it dropped 50 points, you'd be like,
maybe
105.
Ooh,
oh boy! Yes,
thank you. Might have to buy more.
There you go. Might have to buy some more.
Clever thinking, Games Workshop.
So then the other one is the Caladius Grav tank, which is the floating gunship tank. Really, really solid unit before. It did get a few changes. It lost 2 movement.
Yeah, which...
slower.
Okay.
It now only moves 14.
Only 14.
Now it moves as fast as the bikes rather than faster.
Yeah.
Which I think, to be honest, didn't really make sense. Why was it moving faster than the bikes, which is supposed to be like super zooms?
Yeah,
super
but that's fair, but what goes faster in real life if you get a veer on a motorbike?
Most motorbikes.
They don't. They don't go as fast as the fastest cars. They just can't. Because you're stuck on it. What goes faster? Ferrari or motorbike?
I don't know.
It's a Ferrari.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
But superbike?
A superbike.
Yeah, superbikes.
Yeah, still go faster. Maybe not in the first 0 to 60, but it's go faster.
Yeah. So someone says it depends. I think it does depend, Alex.
Yeah, it will depend on certain factors.
But anyway, tanks moving faster than a gunship.
It's not really a tank though, is it?
It's a gunship.
Yeah, it floats. It's not really a tank.
It should be moving 16.
No, it should be moving 16. No.
So moving 14 keeps up the bikes, which is cool. Which means it moves its full speed, and then the shield captains on jetbikes can hide behind it, which is fine. You don't lose any movement on any of the tanks. It gained an invuln. 5+ rather than 6+. Not to be sniffed at.
Not to be sniffed at. 33% chance passing now.
Yeah, rather than 1/6.
Yeah.
Which is super good. And it also, which was massive, which gained power of the machine spirit.
Yeah, so which is just so nice.
So when it was moving before, it was 3s to hit. Now it's 2s. It's full bracket. Which is super, super good. Especially
considering that its guns are pretty nice.
Its gun is pretty tasty. Well, it's got 2 now, which is new.
It's got the
Infernus cannons.
Yeah, it's got the better last cannon in my opinion. I know the damage potential's not as high, but you get a flat 3, and it's -4 AP.
Yeah.
I'd take that over the chance of getting a 6. Because how many times I want to, if I roll a 6, I'll roll a 1. And I'll CP it and I'll roll a 2, you know?
Yeah.
Flat 3, you know what you're getting. It's better than random chance, you just know what you're getting.
So it gained power of the machine spirit, but it did lose its 6+ damage prevention roll off Phenom Pain.
Yeah.
Which is like, gained a invuln.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it was nice it had a 6 up Phenom Pain, but
did it ever
how many times did you actually pass that? It's nice to have it.
I'm going to say around 1 in 6 times.
Maybe.
Because it was a 6+. So, hi Rodgrax, how you doing, man? So like losing its 6+ ignore damage is kind of like a bit of a deal, but because it gained an invuln, you kind of like, you're not going to be taking as much damage either. Which is, so it's like fine. I'd say we can take the new top weapon, but also its gravitic backwash changed.
Yeah.
So it used to be basically if you got gravitic backwash, which this did and the Coronas had, it was -1 to hit when you're in combat.
Yeah, now it's
the same as the things like the Repulsor in the Space Marine Codex, where it's -2 to its charge.
Which is nice. It lines things up across codexes for the same sort of technology, which is nice.
Which is cool. That was 315 points. 315 points. Do you know how much it came down, Alex?
Go on, let me know.
Are you ready?
I'm born ready. Yeah.
It came down 105 points.
That's impressive.
It basically lost nothing, but it went down 105 points, which is like super, super good. Another massive winner out of that. So now, if you take those 2 units, which you probably were anyway,
you were going to
210 points. So you can take another one. You can take another Custodies for the same points.
It's true.
Which is a little bit insane, I think, because basically I've got a lot of the Forge World stuff for Custodies, well, the three that had rules, and I was running them in friendly games. I got the Grav Carrier, I got the Custodies, and I got the Dreadnought. I used to like to deep strike the Dreadnought and charge it because that was fun, and then shoot something with the las cannon far away. But now I can take another one for free with the same points.
Yeah, it's just cheeky, just nice.
What are you laughing at?
I'll just read some of the chat.
Oh, okay. Don't tell me about the Coronis Carrier.
I would like to tell you about the Coronis Carrier.
The Coronis is the transport.
Yeah, which is it's a nice model.
It's pretty cool. He's a chunky boy.
It's a chunky boy.
It's quite expensive to buy.
Yeah, it is.
It's like £110 or something like that, which is quite expensive.
And it's well, it's almost 14 now.
It was 14 anyway, I think.
Yeah, keep up with the bikes.
Keep up with the bikes.
It's not bad. It's also got 5 ups invulnerable save.
It's gained 2 strength.
Yeah, which is strange.
Why?
Yeah, you're not going to be putting that in combat, are you? Not on purpose, anyway.
No. So it used to be strength 6, now it's strength 8.
That maybe weapon skill 6 up with that strength 8. It's just
maybe it was a typo before.
Maybe, I mean,
it's a change. It's a change, I guess.
And obviously the Gravatic backwasher's gone in line with the other vehicle as well.
Yeah, and also it gained power machine spirit.
Yeah, which is same as the other
so
vehicle.
Both of the tanks have that now. I think the tiny tank does as well. The new Gravatak.
The tiny, well, compared to those, it is, isn't it? That's the
Gravatak does as well.
It also lost the 6 up, feel no pain, like the other vehicle did.
So they're kind of like, I don't really see why they've got rid of it, because I kind of like that rule.
Yeah.
Again, you gain an invuln, but you lose your ignore damage.
The weapons changed a lot, in fairness.
Yeah, so the weapon did massively change. So it used to be a las cannon that did 3 damage, strength 9, -3, D3, 3 damage, I think, straight. But now it's got a twin Arachnus blaze cannon, so the name slightly changed as well.
Yeah.
It's got heavy 2, 36-inch range, so that's gone down from 48. Strength 7, so down 2 strength, but -4 in 3 damage.
Yeah, which is...
So you gained an AP, dropped the strength.
You've got... The strength's fine at 7, I mean, but you get AP 4, -4.
Yeah.
It's like, to be honest, when you find some AP -4, you want to be in like Custodies or something big normally.
Yeah.
And you want more strength normally.
Got an invuln.
Yeah.
So usually what you're hitting with this sort of weapon, especially because it's gained reroll wounds against vehicles, which is super good. That didn't have that before. But it's -4. But you're going to be shooting something with like a 4+ invuln, because it's probably going to be like an Imperial Knight, because you want to do loads of damage to it. So they've kind of made this gun really good at really killing heavy infantry.
Yeah, it's good at killing
tanks.
Custodies.
Yeah. Or like Centurions or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's getting the burst mode, which is 24-inch. So it's like you've got to be super close range. Strength 5, -2 and 1 damage, which is a bit pants.
It's one. It's like a bit. It's one
it's
better AP heavy bolter, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really see what they've done with that. But
it's gone down in points, not massively.
15 points it got. It's still not really.
And it got 2 more strength. That's the most puzzling thing for me. Literally, it's like, why do you get that 2 more strength? I just don't understand.
So, to be honest, I think this is probably the loser of the change, because the guns got worse, gained an invuln, but it went down like 10 points, like 15 points. Sorry. What do you think?
I mean, for me, I'm not that bothered about it. It's a nice model. Take it because it looks cool. It's 15 points cheaper. You've got an invulnerable save. I'd say on paper it's an improvement.
Even though the weapon got like super nerf.
Yeah. As like the chassis has got better.
The chassis.
Like, you've got an invulnerable save.
I agree.
But with the guns, not as good. It's 15 points cheaper and 15 points in the Custodies list.
Yeah, which just does nothing. It buys you 3 Misericordias, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just get the actual old rules for the gun. It used to be heavy 2, -3, D6 damage. Strength 9.
Somebody has just said in chat it's quite good at killing all the various toughness 6 Eldar vehicles. Which
yeah, I suppose.
3 damage, 2 shots. So if both goes through, you gain 6 damage.
Yeah.
There's other things you could take. It's not saying that that's wrong because it is, but
yeah.
I still think there's better things in the codex for that.
Yeah. So I said it used to be strength 9 -3 D6 damage, or strength 5 -1 D3 damage.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is super good.
I don't think it's useless. I just think there's better things within the codex.
Exactly. I mean, it's a cool transport. It's a really cool model. I like to use it to basically slingshot Custodies forward because they get out 3 from the front.
Yeah.
So then they move.
It's definitely got its uses for that.
But it's so expensive still.
Yeah.
It's just as expensive as a Land Raider with worse guns.
Yeah.
And a worse save. Got an invuln.
I will say toughness 8, quite nice.
Yeah.
But
if you compared it to a Land Raider,
yeah, 18
may as well take
was
the Land
quite
Raider.
nice. But
the Land Raider's got better guns, moves nearly as fast. You lose 2 wounds, but you know it's doing the same job.
Yeah,
for the same points.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a Razorback, but more expensive.
That's actually,
I guess so.
Pretty good way. Summon it.
It's in a very. It's 3 times more expensive than a Razorback.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that one's a loser.
What I would say that has got over the Land Raider has got fly.
Very
so
true.
For some situations when I go over something, drop your Custodies out, shoot your guns.
Yeah. The rubbish thing is though, you still can only carry 6.
Yeah.
So you can't
But that's Custodies, isn't it, man? That's
you can't put two minimum squads in a character. It's 2 minimum squads, or it's like a weird size squad in a character.
It's like a squad of 5 and 1 dude.
Yeah. I suppose you get boxes of 5, which is fine.
Yeah.
But they come in squads of 3, so. So the final one, the most controversial one that's changed on the next page, Alex.
I know what we're going to talk about because we were talking about a lot last Friday about this.
I was just going to say before we go on to the controversial one, Matt has said completely agree, just clutching at straws. I guess it's entire use is transporting your boys forward. Trade off with the Land Raiders, less damage output, but can fly so can still shoot.
Yeah. I was just trying to play devil's advocate and give some good points for it, but
and then
I would just take a Land Raider.
Yeah, I probably would as well.
Because I mean, you don't really need to fly in a Custodies list either. You can teleport with everything. If you want to get behind something, just do it.
The thing is with flies, you can't get locked in combat.
Yeah.
So you can fly out and then.
But why is that in combat?
If you're driving your guys forward, you're going to be closer to the enemy army, so it might get in combat afterwards. But
you'd assume there's go after the guys rather than that.
No, it depends. I suppose.
I mean, it's because it's guns. I mean, that's the thing. It's what you're worrying with them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to kill 2 of my.
If you tag a Land Raider, you can't shoot.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting. Scoffer has said, "Is that a sock?" Yes, it is. It is my pop filter. So, again, have you found the page, Alex?
Yeah.
Very good. So the final one is the Telamon Dreadnought, which is the heavy Dreadnought. Super cool model. I have one because it was basically like a Leviathan, and who doesn't love Leviathans?
What a surprise!
I do love Leviathans. So, but this one got a lot of changes and also didn't drop a lot of points. Not all of them
were good.
No, a lot of them were bad.
I mean, I can't think of any that were positive off the top of my head.
The points, that's it. That's all that's positive about it. But it's.
I mean, the gun's more versatile, but was it worth the trade-off? But we'll get to that.
We'll get there. So, shall we start with it? Lost the strength. It's now strength 8 rather than strength 9.
Sad.
It lost the movement. It only moves 8 rather than 9.
I mean, that war. I mean, it's bad, but it's not as bad as some of the other stuff.
Alex, an inch is an inch.
I won't know, mate. Don't need none of that. The next important thing for me is losing a wound.
Only 14 rather than 15.
Yeah.
Which is rubbish, to be honest.
Yeah.
An odd number of wounds is really good because you start to ignore a lot of like 2 damage because with this, if you do 7 wounds with a 2 damage one, it kills it. But if you do 8 wounds, if it's got 15 wounds, or 3 again with 3 wounds, you have to do 5 rather than 4 and stuff like that. Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. Ignore me. It lost 2 leadership again, which makes me start thinking of the algorithm again. Randomly losing 2 leadership for no reason. But again, like the Corona's grav carriers, 9 leadership 9. but it's a tank. But the Telamon Dreadnought is now leadership 8, but it's a Dreadnought.
Yeah, and it's like, why is it leadership 8?
Which makes me just think of something to do with that, I guess. But it's lost 2, so it's rather than leadership 10. The Spiculous gun, which is the top missile launcher, didn't change. The Spiculous bolt launcher. But if you stood still, you used to be able to shoot it twice in the shooting phase, but now you can do it in the Overwatch phase as well.
Which is nice.
It's cool, you know.
It's not a negative change, is it?
No, it's the only positive one it's got. The weapons changed massively. We'll go over that in a second. But base cost, it dropped 40 points. It was 220, now it's 180. I would have liked them to just leave it the same and not change it.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is it's dropped 40 points, which is nice. But the problem is with it really is the weapons have changed, which is the biggest deal. And
this is, like we said earlier, the weapon is more versatile. The weapon that everybody had was the storm cannon.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 shots.
Arachnus last storm.
Yeah, 10 shots.
48-inch range.
Yeah.
Strength 7 -1 and D3 damage.
It were good. Right.
Basically,
you could double it.
Cannon, which could do potentially more wounds.
Could double it, which is probably the best choice you could have done. Yeah. Or if you wanted to be a bit more versatile, put one of them on, put the big caster's fist on.
Yeah.
You're still getting 10 shots out there.
Yeah. It's basically like a better Leviathan, I'd say. Well, you lose an AP, but you get potentially more damage.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I bought one for that reason. I was going to run a golden Leviathan as a bit of a meme. But also it's a very, very tough unit. But now it's become, rather than the Arachnus last storm, it's become the Arachnus storm cannon.
Yeah.
So it has 2 modes of fire. So it has a beam mode, which is heavy 2, strength 9, -4, D3 damage, but rerolls wounds against vehicles.
Which is nice.
It's very similar to the Coronis version. So the Coronis is like a mini version of this now. But then it has the burst mode, which is 48-inch, strength 6, heavy 6, strength 7, -2, and damage 1. I think it's the damage 1 that lets it down. I think if it was D6 and D3 damage, it'd be nice. Oh, sorry. We've said it was damage D3. It's actually flat 3. I apologise. Notes are wrong. I've read it wrong because I put D3 in my notes.
Yeah.
I apologise.
It's a flat 3, yeah.
Strength 9, -4, damage 3. Or strength 6. Heavy 6, strength 7, -2.
I will say I do
1.
like the beam mode. 72 inches away, last cannon somebody, 1 more AP, flat 3 damage. I do like that. That's something I like. I just don't think...
It's not enough shots, though.
Yeah, but what else have you got in the Custodies army at that range?
Well, you got the Caladius.
Yeah.
You got the Caladius, Alex. So, so apologise for that. It's because I've been reading a lot of notes and I've wrote them down badly. But yeah, so like, the thing is when... The meta these days...
Yeah.
Isn't lots of big stuff that needs to take
it's hordes.
It's hordes and it's multiple high toughness, high wound models in units, like things like Talos Grotesque, for example. So these guns are really good. 3 damage, strength 9, gonna wound it easy. But there's only 2, so you might miss with 1 if you roll a 1, and then you might not wound, and then that might pass a save.
Yeah.
So like the things like the damage, the old one, it's heavy 10. At D3 damage is really, really good. Might not wound as much, but you're forcing your opponent to make more saves.
Yeah.
Which is
quite... especially if you took 2, 20 shots. You know.
Well, you got 20 shots. I mean, yeah, fair enough. 20 shots is a bit horrific. I think they might have took it too far the other way, maybe.
Because 12's just meh.
Feels a different role, doesn't it?
12's just meh.
12 at -2 and 1 damage. It's the 1 damage that does it.
I mean, you can get a Contemptor with 2 carries at strength 7, AP -1, damage 1.
Yeah, for like half.
Oh, you've lost 1 AP. AP -2.
Half the cost.
Yeah.
Short range, fair enough. Half the cost.
Yeah, but yes, it's short range, but it's half the cost.
Yeah.
And it's the body's near enough as durable. In fairness, if you take into like the fact of the points cost between them, it's not like you're losing out on much, is it?
Yeah, they did drop 20 points each, but again, I think you've got four units in this change. I think the
fist is still fine.
If you there's a guy called Toby, right? He's been on the Honest Wargamer. He's a proper legend, really good friend. He runs it with 2 fists. Yeah. He's laughing. He's dropped 40 points.
The fist is fine. They still just getting on his face and pulp it. Yeah, exactly. The fist is still fine.
Just punch it. But it's like if you run it as a gun platform, which I think the Custodies need. If you're running pure, you need some really long range firepower. I think the The Telamon and the Coronis Grav Carrier are losers. They're basically not done well with this update, whereas the Caladius and the Achilles done really, really well. They've done super well out of this. Maybe too well.
Which way you don't know yet, do you? You don't know until they start making an impact and you see them in more games.
I super rated the Caladius. I was like, I want to run 3, but I can't get the detachments in. Now I'm like, I'm going to run 3.
Fair play. I
8
do
shots.
like the Achilles a lot more as well myself.
8 shots, strength 8, -3, D3 damage.
Dead things.
Let's put Trajan at the back. Make a little spearhead out of it.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Let's play the castle game.
Well, the thing is the Custodies don't have the castle, but now they can. They don't have the firepower. They're a combat army, but 4K is a shooting game. So the thing is with like the Telamon, if you wanted a gun platform for the points, what are they like 260 points? 180 plus 80. If you wanted to go Hellstorm, I'd be like, just take 2 Helverins.
Yeah.
For the same points. Which is a shame, really, because you want to run like a cool Custodies army.
Yeah, you do.
You want a cool Dreadnought because he's awesome. But really, you want to go, competitively, you want to go 2 Helverins.
Yeah.
Because the strength 7.
There's 2 things to shoot at as well, not one.
You've got 2 weapons. Yeah, you've got 4d3 shots when you shoot at the same target. 3 damage. So you get more shots, longer range. You can move and shoot without suffering the minus, which he does. I mean, the worst BS, but he does suffer the minus, so he'll always be hitting on 3s if he's moving anyway. You've still got an in-run. Obviously not as good, but you've got twice as many wounds, and you move faster. So there you go. That's what they're the winners and the losers of the update. How do you feel about it, Alex?
I mean, I agree with you. I really like the Telamon as a model.
It
was really good before, but just in terms of what's actually happened to it's a clear loser. I'm not saying it's useless. I'm saying it's a clear loser from where it was.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, because I was really looking forward to getting mine up and going. And now I'm like, do I bother?
Just don't make it Two-Fist for a fun game.
Turn it into a Helverin.
Just turn it into an Helverin. Just
golden Helverin. It'll be fine. But yeah. So shame. Shame. I can get the soundboard up. Shall I do it? I'm not going to do it. It's going to take too long. So yeah, basically, from this update, I'm going to go buy 2 Claudius. I might buy another Achilles.
I mean, the Achilles is really cool. I mean, we forgot to mention the Achilles as well. L4 up, you do D3 mortal wounds when you charge. We forgot to mention that.
Yeah. I say, the thing is if like with the Caladius before, you could only take 1. Now, if you take 2, you get 1 free in points.
I mean, a 50% chance of just hurting somebody for walking into them. It's always nice, you know. It's not bad.
So, other changes from the update. Obviously, as we've already mentioned, that the units are no longer limited to 1 per detachment or 1 per army anymore, which is nice. As I said, 3 Caladius, yes please. Also,
I can see Ford will get in quite a few
orders. They're probably
quite a few of Her Majesty's finest English sterling.
The other thing is that the Exemplar Dreadnought is missing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if this means you can't use it anymore or you have to use the old rules. But the Exemplar
that could be. Email them, Mike. You'll go. Excuse me, good people.
Excuse me. Please unnerf the Telamon. Also, where the hell is the Exemplar? So the Exemplar was essentially, if I pull up the rules for it, it was kind of like the Forge World version of the Space Marine Contemptors from Forge World. Yeah. You can contempt to where you add your own weapons on top. So you could take a combat weapon, heavy flamer, plasma ejectors, and twin las pulsars, which is pretty cool. The las pulsar are pretty good at 2d for each of 9 -3 and d3 damage.
Yeah, can't argue
pretty
that.
Tasty. So it's like, just a standard contemptor that could take different weapons. It could take 2 of each. But it did
have like contemptors.
Pardon?
Who don't like contemptors?
Exactly. It did have a little note that said the Contemptor Exemplar Dreadnought does not currently have a model. You may, however, choose to represent it with another Contemptor Dreadnought model. So essentially, like, convert your own Dreadnought, try these rules out, see what you like.
Nice for converters, nice for people who wanted some tasty guns, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, I know people are using, like, plasma culverins from from the other Contemptors and using them. But that's missing from this update. It's not here at all. which is weird. It'd be nice to know if they said, like, we've not put it in because you just use the old ones, or we've not put it in because we don't want you to have it yet.
Yeah.
But a little bit annoying if people have made models and then now they've
and they don't know where they are. They're in the never zone. They don't know where they are with it. I mean, I'm sure if you're playing with a friend, they'll be like, yeah, just use all the rules. But if you go to a tournament or something, you need to know these things. It's like
exactly, yeah, because like essentially because they say most places say beta rules are in effect.
Yeah.
For our tournament, we are saying these beta rules are in effect. But
and if somebody wants to bring an exemplar along, what do we tell them?
What do we say? Do we say you can't use it? Do you say use the old rules? We don't have anything else. So. Welcome Warhammer Liam, how you doing, man? My brother is another brother is in arms along with the Honest Wargamer, so go and check him out. He does podcasts every Sunday. I'm going to be joining him in on Sunday at 8 p.m. But what do you guys think in the chat? What do you think about the changes before we go and talk about like comparisons of units that are already in the codex? But yeah, generally, what do you think? There you go. So shall we talk about some comparisons while we wait for questions?
Yes.
Shall we talk about some Terminators? Because everyone loves Terminators, don't they? So,
yes.
I love Terminators.
Good for you.
I was about to say, you're just going to leave me at that.
Yeah. I mean, I've got nothing against Terminators. I do like the Custodies Terminators.
Yeah.
I think they look very regal and menacing at the same time.
Yeah, so we have, if I can find the right page, we're going to compare the Aquilon Custodians, which are the Forge World Terminators.
And then there's the Alaris ones, which are the ones in plastic that are in the standard codex.
So I've kind of gone through and compared the profiles, looked at what's different, what's good, and I'm going to kind of give you my opinion on them. So first thing I spotted was, except for the fact that the profiles are all the same.
Yeah.
Like they all move 6, web skill, blitz skill 2+, toughness 5, strength 5 with 4 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 9, not 8, with 2+ save. Fairly standard. I didn't check if you could. Can you check how many Alaris you can take in a unit?
Alaris, I believe the Alaris can take up to 10. I do believe. I'll just check for you though.
We'll double check that. Oh, it says it here actually. I wrote it down because I'm clever. So the Aquilon.
Because I'm clever. The Mikey Herbert story.
I'm pretty clever, you know. The Aquilons, you
can take 10 of those dudes.
Can take up to 6 in a unit.
Yeah.
Whereas, as you just mentioned, the Alaris can take 10.
Of course, if you're taking that many, you are a bit of a mad person. That's a lot of points. A lot of fun, I imagine.
I'd say.
A lot of fun, I imagine, but a lot of points.
Yeah. The Alaris, which is the Custodies out of the Codex, have the Slayer of Titans rule, which is essentially when they get to pile in, they can pile in towards characters,
even if they're not the close enemy model.
Which is pretty cool.
Which is nice. And they've got quite a few stratagems that affect just them. Some maybe you're not going to use as much, like the obviously like Slayer of Lions. I forget the proper word for it now, but you can unleash the lions. Unleash the lions, where you can just split a unit of Alaris
Custodians,
all into separate units. So if you got a unit of 10, if you were that mad person, you've got 10 one-man units.
Haha! Let's not play ITC where it's kill more, eh?
Yeah. So there's obviously some that are a bit more.
The Tanglefoot grenade stratagem is pretty good.
Yeah. There's and the concussion grenade as well.
Yeah. Don't tell us about those, Alex.
Well, the concussion grenade is where you're using your shooting phase, as you'd imagine. Choose your Alaris Custodians. When they attack until the end of phase, they've got AP 0, but anything they've been hit by those, they can't fire Overwatch, and you must subtract 1 from hit rolls made for that unit.
Which is really good if you're going to charge a big unit.
So ideally, teleport in or you jump out of your vehicle, smack them with concussion grenade. They can't Overwatch you with the nasty, horrible things.
You just run into them.
And if they are semi-decent in melee, whatever you're trying to do, -1 to hit you as well.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Really good.
1 CP. And
cheap.
You still might manage to kill somebody. It might be AP 0. You still might manage to put a wound or something on. You're still hitting somebody with some strength 4 guns.
Yeah.
Roll some 6s and wound it.
Yeah, exactly. So they have the grenade launcher as well. It's actually a decent weapon, to be fair. It's assault. It's not really a grenade launcher.
It's like a dedicated marine killer for me.
Yeah.
Is it strength 4 or 5? I believe.
I don't know. You've got the codex.
I think it's 4 in fairness.
It's low strength, but it's like defense.
Yeah, but it's and it's -3. That's the big thing.
Yeah. Whereas realistically, whilst the Alaris does have the grenade launcher and he has the bolter on his axe or his spear, the Aquilons do have better shooting weapons.
Yeah, they do.
Higher strength, AP, but they're also model-wise, they're 1 point cheaper for the base cost.
So the grenade launcher is 1 damage, sorry.
Oh, apologies.
But it is AP -3. It's assault D3, so you've got multiple shots.
So yeah, I've only gone through base cost rather than each
Matt
weapon.
Gay in the chat has said Aquilons come on 50mm bases.
That's cool. I don't know what the Alaris ones come on, to be honest. I thought they'd be 50mm as well. Something to look at later. But yeah, so they're 1 point cheaper, the Aquilons, base costs, and they come with the Lastrum Stormbolter and the Solarite Power Gauntlet. So the Lastrum Stormbolter is it's only 1 damage rather than the 2 damage that the Guardian Spears have, but it's strength 5, which is cool. But also they come with this Solarite Power Gauntlet, which is ×2 strength, -4 and D3 damage, whereas the Castellan Axe, which is what the Alaris come with, is only strength 8.
Yeah, only.
-3 and D3 damage. So you do gain 2 strength, which is really good. And you don't have a minus, so they're both hitting on 2s.
The axe is -2 AP.
Only -2?
Yeah.
Not -4?
It trades off against the spear because the spear has better AP, but obviously got less strength on it.
Yeah.
And the axe has better strength, but less AP.
Whereas the fist has better strength and better AP, which is really good. Something to really consider. Because strength 10's amazing.
I'm sorry if you've just mentioned this, but they don't get the -1 to hit with it.
Yeah.
So they just beat whatever they're going to hit with the fist.
You charge it into a knight, you concussion.
Yeah. Strength 10.
With a power fist.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s.
You got one of your HQs nearby. Reroll them ones. You've got Trajan near you. Reroll 1s to wound.
Wounding on 3s as well, which is super good. And then obviously you're going straight through their armor rather than giving it a 5-up save, which is good.
If you're running into, but then in this meta, you're going to be fighting Grotesques and Talons.
And Knights. Knights are super popular.
So those are invulnerable saves. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. But you wouldn't it better. You wouldn't Grotesques on 2s rather than 3s.
Yeah.
Wounding Talos on 3s still, but still.
3's better than 4s.
3's better than 4s. So obviously the other thing about the Quilon is they have varied options. So the Alaris can only take axes or spears.
Yeah.
Whereas the Aquilons, any model can be change its Lastrum Bolter for an Infernus Pike or a twin Adrathic Destructor. So the Infernus Pike is a 12-inch super heavy flamer at strength 6, which is super cool. So you can deep strike and auto hit with loads of flamers, kill some screens off before you charge it in, rather than deep striking with flamers and not being able to do anything because they're only 8-inch. And it can take the Adrathic Destructor, which is essentially the plasma gun, which is strength 5, -3 and 3 damage.
Yeah.
But if you roll a 1, you take a mortal wound. Interestingly enough, with this, it doesn't kill the model if you roll a 1.
No, it's just a mortal wound.
The unit takes a mortal wound, which is like good and bad.
It's better than losing your model outright, but and a lot of models are using plasma guns on.
Yeah.
They've got 1 wound.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. Not all of them, obviously. You've got some, you've got like a...
If you've got Azrael, the Grandmaster of the Dark Angels, he kills himself on a 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a mortal
Or
wound.
if you've got like a Space Marine Lieutenant or something with plasma gun, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather take 1 mortal wound than be slain, you know?
Yeah, but it's the unit, so you don't have to roll them separately.
Yeah.
So you can roll them all together. If you roll 10 ones, the unit takes 10 mortal wounds rather than 1 model.
But if you're playing Custodies, you can be re-rolling them ones. You can have your HQ in
Yeah, obviously. But what I'm saying
if you roll 10 ones again then, that just feels bad, man.
But what's good is you don't have to like slow down and roll 1 at a time. You can just roll them all together, which is nice. It helps speed things up. You know, where I'm all about playing quickly and making sure the game isn't too long. So, they do have all the same amounts of attack. The stat line is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, if the Talons were damage 2, I'd be all over them. The Power Talon, which is +1 strength, so strength 6, -2 and 1 damage, and rerolls wounds. It's essentially like a lightning claw.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's essentially... I mean, they're so comparable.
Yeah.
It depends what you want to do with them.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with either the units. If you're taking the forge build ones, if you're wanting to beat a big monstrous creature up or vehicles up, them fists are fantastic to take. The shooting,
the
Solarite Gauntlet, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
In terms of shooting, the forge build ones are better by and large. I'm not saying the standard ones are bad.
No. But shooting,
the Great Frantic Infantry just as a standard loadout, because you've got your bolter shots, you've got your grenade launcher, but the forge are better. But the axe is fine in combat. You can take the spear as well, which is fine in combat.
Yeah.
They've got their own little stratagems, which may come into play depending on what you're doing. The forge ones just give you a lot more versatility. You've got the axe. You've got the fist for beating big things to death. or like even toughness 5 things with multiple wounds, just smack them out to the skyline with it.
Yeah.
And then you've also got you've got claws for re-rolling wounds.
Yeah.
So neither the complement each other is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So I'd say the Aquilons are more versatile on paper.
Yeah.
Because they have more, like naturally have more options.
Yeah.
But the Alaris, the Codex version, has more synergy with the Codex because of the stratagems.
Because of the stratagems.
Because they have the little abilities where
the concussion grenade's incredible.
Yeah, exactly. The concussion grenade's are massive.
A big unit, something terrible shooting. I don't know, 10 dudes or something. I'm going to give you some horrible Overwatch. Oh, no Overwatch for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's charge in and start mincing you to bits.
Yeah. Just want to say massive welcome to Twisted Elite TV, which is Darren from Twisted Dice. Go and check them out on YouTube and on Twitch. They'll be streaming at 9:30 this evening. We might even host them. Speaking of which, big monstrous creatures, I'm currently building my Seraptech. Which one? The first one or the third one? So it's like, the thing is what I will say before we move on to the next unit. I think both the units that we're comparing, well, all 4 units, they're very similar, but they just, on paper, they have slightly different roles.
Yeah.
But the stratagems make a big difference.
Yeah.
So, as I said, standard loadout, if you're going to take the Power Fist and the Bolter versus the Axe and the Grenade Launcher on the Alaris, the Aquilons are 1 point cheaper, but you lose out on the use of stratagems. But if you're running loads of Terminators, if you're running loads of Alaris already, it might be worth swapping some out for the new ones because they're better at killing bigger stuff.
Yeah.
And have more options. So
it's just a normal case of with Forge World unit, you're going to get a bit more options. That's that range.
But normally you pay points as well, but surprisingly they work out to point cheaper.
The range is there to give you some things that are not there in the normal range.
Someone's pointing out that you do, if you want to run certain loadouts, you have to buy 2 kits because of how Forge World sell it.
Yep.
But get some magnets, bros. If I took the Aquilon, I'd take them with a Fire Pike and a Power and Gauntlet on each. It's a good shout. I mean, the Bolter's good. I don't know how many points extra. I can have a look. Fire Pike versus the Lastrum Bolters. So Fire Pike's 15 points, but the Lastrum Stun Bolt is 5 points. So you make them 10 points more expensive to give them a flavor. We'll see.
Yeah.
Imagine big charge with a bunch of fisticuns and a banner for extra attacks. That'd be super cheeky. So a unit of 3 with 15 power fist attacks. Rerolling 2, rerolling hits of 1 and wounds of 1. Wounding all of the game unless you're fighting a wall or titan on freeze. Yes, please. Just don't let Elliot roll your wound rolls, right? The amount of 10 attacks, 2's reroll wounds. Yeah, exactly. The 12-inch flame is really good. I like it, but it's quite expensive. You've already got an expensive model. Do you need to make it more expensive? Don't know. If you've got 3 Caladius at the back shooting down the screens anyway, do you need a flamer?
Yeah. But that depends on your playstyle.
It does, yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool. So the other one we're going to compare
is the bikes.
The bikes.
Which, off the bat, the Lancer's the exact same.
The Lancer's the exact same.
The Forge Build ones, the Agamastus, however you'd like to pronounce it. So
Agmartus.
Agmartus.
Yeah,
Agmartus. The 2 points higher base cost, but there's a lot more options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the stats are the same, the move the same, the same amount of wounds, same toughness, all that rubbish.
Yeah.
The weapon,
all that rubbish. All that lovely stat line rubbish.
The combat weapon is the same. However, the Agmartus have more options again, with it being Forge World.
Yeah.
So the Virtus Praetors have Hurricane Bolters, or they have missiles on the front.
Yeah. And they have, I mean, that's just a lie. They have Hurricane Bolters. Do you see the missile, ever?
I built one with missile.
You built one?
Yeah.
If everybody buys, you buy the 3 boxes.
You build Hurricane Bolters with it.
Yeah.
The missiles are decent.
Yeah, they are, but this meta, it's just Hurricane Bolters.
Because people bring in too many models. People with Orc Boys, like 120 of them, just stop it.
The missile launcher's fine, it's heavy.
Yeah. So you're -1 to hit and you move, which is rubbish.
Yeah, and it's a bike, man. You want to be... And I can fire a flying vehicle. You've got fly. Charge it with your Lancers,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So... But you're going to charge anything you want to kill, right? So you usually take Hurricane Bolters. But the Agmartus come with a heavy bolter, essentially. Strength 6, -2, 1 damage at 3 shots.
Fair enough.
At standard for 2 points more. Which is cool. So it's got a better shooting weapon. It's better at killing bigger infantry rather than like cultists or boys. It's better at killing Space Marines or whatever. You know, because the strength 6, the wind on 3s, and -2. Camelot says he takes missiles on a few and had a lot of success.
No, I'm not saying they're useless. I just think they're not as good as Hurricane Bolters.
Yeah, I think Hurricane Bolters are a lot more versatile because there's so many shots.
It's just like you can fire at something that's flying, but you can charge it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got -1 to hit when I move. I know it's only going down to freeze.
Yeah.
But
rerolling ones because the shield
captain. It's like it's supposed to be a melter, but it's not as good as a melter.
Yeah. But obviously the Agmatas have options. As I said, you can change the bolt cannon, basically the big heavy bolt of 4, and add Rathic, the Devastator, and Twin Las Pulsar. So the Devastator is 18-inch range, heavy 2, strength 6, -3 and D3 damage, but you suffer a mortal wound afterwards.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I'd prefer to take it on the Terminators because they're better. Strength 5 and -3 and 3 damage rather than D3 damage, which is quite interesting. Yeah, so the Twin Adrathic Destructor is strength 5, -3 and 3 damage, but the Agmatas Adrathic Devastator is 2, heavy 2, not assault 2.
Yeah.
Strength 6, -3 and D3 damage. So interesting. I don't know if that's a mistake or if that's on purpose, but meh, bit rubbish. But then you can take the Twin Las Pulsar, which is 24-inch, heavy 2d3, strength 8, -2 and D3 damage, which I really like actually. I think that's actually really good. I'm curious how many points difference it is. I'm going to have a look because we have it here. We have the technology. So the Lastron Bolt Cannon is 12 points, and the Twin Las Pulsar.
It is nice, the Lastron Bolt Cannon.
It's 40 points, Alex. Yeah. I've just decided I don't like it. It is rubbish.
40 points is quite excessive, isn't it?
It is for that gun at 24-inch range, at 2d3 shots, so potentially 2 shots. Which is
40 points just for that randomness. No, I want 6 shots.
Yeah, I do.
for 40 points.
3 shots. Because they have 1 Lastron Bolt Cannon. So yeah, rubbish. They're just gonna have heavy bolters, hurricane bolters for everyone. Take them. Are you disappointed, Alex?
Yeah, 40 points just upset me a bit, actually.
It's quite expensive. I thought it was like, if it's like 15, 20 points, okay. It's 8 more points for a better gun. I'll take it. No, it's rubbish. So, that's something that's Camelot's pointed out. If you could just double check Stoop and Dive, the stratagem, Alex.
Yeah.
So obviously Virtus Praetors, the usual really good thing is 3 CP. Once your opponent's finished charging, you can charge yourself.
Yeah.
What's the criteria for that stratagem?
Choose an Adeptus Custodes biker unit, but the other bikes are Adeptus Custodes biker.
So they can both use it.
Yeah.
So one of the points I made is you just ignore it. I didn't write it down because I knew
they can both use that stratagem.
They can both use the stratagem. So for 2 points more, you get a heavy bolter over a hurricane bolter, and then you get other options of guns, which is interesting. Which makes me think overall what they could have done rather than bringing in more Forge World units.
Yeah,
they could have just put more options in the box.
Yeah.
They could have made the Alaris with better weapons, and they could have made the Virtus Praetors with different gun options. Realistically, that's what we learned.
But that's
the 2 units.
Yeah,
the 2 units between each other are the same.
Yeah,
the Aquilons miss out on the stratagems, but the Virtus and the Agmatas are the same unit, just different weapon.
Yeah, it's literally weapon choices.
Yeah.
I understand that the Forge World ones, because they're supposed to be the weapons that are from the Horus Heresy and they're incredibly rare now.
Yeah.
And
but they could have made something compared. They could
have put something. They could have put heavy bolter on with 1 more damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it does give a reason for people to go and buy the other models.
Yeah. Without worrying too much about price, it also means you can get around the rule of 3.
Yeah, and it also lets people who have bought them for 30k play them for 40k.
Yeah, which is the main reason, right?
Yeah.
But
because there's no point having something that's sat on the shelf not being able to be played with.
Yeah, exactly. But I was going to say that if you want to take, realistically, it's not going to happen too much. But if you wanted to take max 3 units and 9 Virtus Praetors at like 3,000 points, at least now you can take another 3 units of bikes. You can take 36 bikes in the list. Bearing in mind, at that points level, you're no longer limited to 3, you're probably limited to 5.
Yeah.
But it gives you cool options, you know, and it kind of rather than having the random missile in the unit, you can kind of have two separate ones which are like, these are good at killing heavy infantry.
Because
these ones are good at
that's the
killing
one thing I'll say about the missile currently, is that you take one in a unit somewhere just for the versatility.
Yeah.
But rather than lumping that in a unit of your anti-horde shooting, where you could have another anti-horde shooting, get the other bikes.
Get some of the bikes.
Yeah, let them deal with that. Let them have a weapon that actually deals with that problem, not a half-assed attempt to deal with that problem.
I actually think the bikes are really cool, the new ones as well, the Forge World ones as well. I know a lot of them, they're a bit controversial because they look like something.
Yeah.
But I actually quite like the bikes, so, we'll see, I guess. I'm probably going to get some. They are quite expensive at like £33 a model. When a box of
my wallet just died for you.
When a Virtus Praetor is like 3 for 40 quid or something like that. Which again is actually quite expensive for some bikes.
Yeah.
But it's what it is, right?
But Custodies, you think about, are actually a cheaper army to... Obviously, this is
there's so many points, right?
Yeah, but like I said,
90 points
buy 3 boxes of bikes, you've got 2 shield captains on bikes, you've got 2 squads of 3 dudes, put another one in there. Buy your 2 boxes of 5 men. Yeah, buy your 2 boxes of 5 men. I don't know, slap a Dreadnought in or a banner. Yeah, it's 1750 today, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, there, again, realistically, you've got more weapon options and stuff like that. Good job they didn't create Shield Captain on Agamata's jet bike. Can you imagine the list? Just 6 Shield Captains.
They would be beautiful.
It would be amazing. It'd ride to glory, everyone. So now we're going to have a quick gander at some other units that have also come out.
Yeah.
And then we're going to call it a night, I think. Pretty early. Another 40 minutes or so. Someone's been asking, so we'll start with the Orion gunship.
No problem.
The Orion gunship is the coolest flyer ever.
It is very cool.
It's amazing. I love it. I wanted one. Can you remember when it came out and I was drooling all over it?
Yeah. And I offered to get you one and you were like, no.
It's like £300.
Yeah.
It's so expensive, but it's so cool. I think it looks really cool. It's a nice model. Completely.
It's one of those. If you take it though, it's the centerpiece of your army. It's that many points. It costs you all that money to get it, and if it dies, man, feels bad. No,
you're thinking too small, Alex. Why not take 3?
Why would I take? Why would I? What? No,
Alex, listen to me.
How many points is it?
It's like 400 points.
Take 3, no problem. Just slap it in there. Just jam it in your list.
It's 400 to 500 points, I think, because it has 22 wounds at toughness 8. So it's an Imperial Knight.
And its movement is 20 to 50 inches, just in case you couldn't get somewhere.
It has 2 Arachnus heavy blaze cannons, 2 twin Lastron bolt cannons, and 2 Spiculous heavy bolt launchers. So it has 2 strength 9 -4 3 damage rerolling wounds against vehicles, or 12 strength 7 -2 1 damage. It has 6 strength 7 -1 2 damage, and it has 12 strength 6 -2 1 damage shots a turn each. It's -1 to hit because it's a flyer. It has a 5+ invulnerable save. It can hover. It's got power machine spirit, and it can only get charged by stuff that has fly.
And the transport capacity is 12.
It can transport
12 infantry
12.
or 7 guys and a
Dreadnought.
Contemptor. I mean, you sat there doing all that. It's just...
Let's take 3.
That's £900.
No, it's £870. No, £840. I think they're £280 each. Shall we have a look?
I mean, you can have a look, but I agree with the person in the chat. Too much money, bro.
Oh, it's cheaper than I thought. It's £275.
Oh, yeah, we'll save
£15.
That can pay for the shopping bill for the rest of the month. I'm living off Bachelor's Super Noodles, boys.
You'll have 66 wounds on a toughness 8 models. On our toughness 8 models with
but it's protection.
6 blaze cannons, 6 twin Lastron. Do you know 6 twin? That's 12, Alex. 6 twin is 12.
I'm walking away, mate. I'm just going to walk off the shop just for 1 second because my leg's gone dead. Give me a moment. No,
You having a
I'm
minute?
Check. Yeah, just no.
You've just
my
had
leg's
to.
gone dead.
It's just too much for him to handle, guys. It's just way too much. It's super cool, and it's like I said, it's airborne. It moves 20 inches, up 20 to 50. It's BS2, which is super good. Alex is just giving me a look now. It can transport all those dudes.
More than a look.
He's going to give me a telling off. So, yeah, why do you not think I should buy 3? Ignoring the price. Everyone in the chat. Ignoring the price. Why should I not buy 3? 3 with a Dreadnought in each. Yes, why not? 3 Achilles in each one.
Why we shouldn't get 3 is, morally, it's decadent.
Boots on the ground rule. You put a shield captain on bike behind them. Can't target him.
Why are you like this?
Screw it by 6. I can only take 3 in the list. You take 32 guardsmen with it to get all your CP, and you just hide the company commanders behind 3.
No, I can see you doing. This is you. I can see you'll get 3 of them. What are the counters? Are the heavy support?
The Lords of War. So you're taking 3 in a detachment and get CP from it.
You're going to do that. You're going to bang HQ in with it. Shield captain. Then you're going to take some really stupid, like 32 guardsmen or something.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have something else. You just sit there going, look at my 3 big brothers. That's you. You're going to do that. You'd be like, it's really fun though, isn't it? Yeah, it's so much fun when I'm getting
1,500 points of flyers.
I'm eating my vegan snack. That's how annoyed you've made me. I tell you now.
And a Leviathan Dreadnought. How awesome would that be? That'd be so fun.
This is why I want you to subscribe.
Please subscribe to Hellstorm Premium so I can buy 3 Orion gunships. I'm never going to do that, by the way. I am going to buy 1, I think. Eventually. As a nice, as a Christmas present to myself. Kiss Mackie says, sees the title about Custodies, they gotta go fast golden boys, I see. Also high.
They win really fast when they win 50 inches in that bloody dropship.
It's so cool.
Zoom!
Have you seen it?
It's very cool model. It's beautiful.
It's so cool. It's so ridiculous. But it's like...
Are you even going to get a free deployment zone?
Yeah, it's only on a flight stand. Well, it's on like a big... It's on a big round base. It's on a big round base. It's not that big. They are pretty big, but it's not like that big. And they do have red on them, so Crosby has pointed out. But yeah, so Orion gunship. What do you reckon, Alex?
I mean, it's a very cool unit. If you ever try and get me to play you in a game with 3 of them,
I will
politely ask you to go and swivel.
Don't think Custodies have any rules about Terminators taking up 2 slots? No, so you can put 12 Terminators in there.
Now that sounds sick. Honestly, that does. Like,
with
look at my big
captains.
flying gunship and my big hello. The Terminators walk out like, hey guys.
Twisted Elite says you'll get a name for yourself. That guy, dude. I already have a name for myself. Do I really care about another?
Yeah,
one?
but your name's at the moment it's at least 60% positive. It's all going to go downhill from there.
Nothing compared to what I've heard. So you can put 10 Alaris Custodians with 2 shield captains in there, one of them being Trajan the Moss, fly 50 inches into your opponent's deployment zone, drop them down.
If you painted that with Trajan, and you painted on the side, Trajan's Ride, or something like that, I'd 100% endorse that.
I'll paint a pin up on the side, mate.
Yeah, because Custodies are obviously into that. All they like is the Emperor. That Emperor.
The Emperor pin-up.
The Emperor pin-up.
I'll send it to my good friend Tristan from Twisted Dice, who does commissions, and I'll get him to paint a pin-up Emperor on the side. With it, he'll be riding his sword like a boss, like Sanguinius is riding a skateboard these days.
Yeah, I'll send you
that. Riding his Emperor sword like that in that same pose, but being the Emperor in a bikini on the side of an Orion gunship that says "Screw you." Awesome. I was going to swear, but then I remembered I'm on a live stream, so I can't do that.
You're swearing at people's souls wants to buy 3 Orion gunships.
Exactly. And then fill the list with the level 32, says Crosby. I feel like that's a great idea. So another cool unit is this Sagittarium Custodians, which are actually a solid unit. I do already own a set of these, because it was just an upgrade kit, I think. You just buy just a little upgrade kit. You don't have to buy the plastic ones with them.
I got them for your birthday last year, I think.
Yeah, I think you did. It starts with 3, but you can have up to 5. When they all come with an Adrastus Bolt Cavalier, and they can take a Misericordia. So the Adrastus Bolt Cavalier, you have 2 weapon options. You can shoot both if you want to, but you subtract 1, so it's kind of like a combi weapon. It has a Bolt Volley, which is Assault 3, which is very interesting. Strength 5, -1 and 1 damage. So it's a Assault Heavy Bolter.
Yep.
Which is good. And it also has 12-inch Assault 1, Strength 5, -3, D3 damage. And you take a mortal wound if you roll 1. So it's got like a laser beam and a heavy bolter version, which is absolutely amazing. It's really, really good. And they're relatively cheap as well, because I think they're just Custodies are 40 points with the Bolt Cavalier. Yeah. So they're 55 points each.
They have no melee option.
They do have a Misericordia.
But that's 1 attack.
He's making an additional attack with it. It's not 1 attack, it's an additional attack. So you get 4 attacks with it.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, so it's only strength 5, -2 and 1 damage. But are they going to be up close? Maybe.
They've got Assault. The idea is that they're walking up the field with your other stuff.
Yeah. But they could be just like a long-range firepower unit. Put them in some cover. Good luck shifting them. You know, a 1-up save and a 4+ invuln. With 3 wounds each. Really good for 55 points.
Yeah, you can't knock it.
Eskrim said, I've just realised you can put an entire battalion in that ship. Big T, shield captain, 3 squads of 3, and a banner. Awful. Tasty is what he's known as.
Don't give him ideas. why you let him know these
it's quite
things?
Funny because an Orion gunship and those units is 2,000 points, I imagine. So Sagittarian Custodians, really, really solid unit. I actually really like the models for them as well. I think the heads are cool.
Yeah, they're nice.
The big bolters. So they're really cool. The Venatari Custodians are the new jetpack. Gordon's alive!
Yes.
Type Flash Gordon flying boys. Interestingly enough, they've got 3+ armor save, Alex, rather than 2+.
Which makes sense when you look at their armor.
Yeah.
They're a lot less armored.
Yes, they are. So they have like cloth trousers on, so I guess so they can fly.
And you trade in the armor for the movement.
Yeah, they were encumbered, weren't they? Like when you carry too much on Skyrim.
Yeah,
they had to take them out. But then
you lug your potion. Then you can suddenly carry the entire world of Skyrim. Your max carry weight is like 1 million. You're like,
you can't keep your max armor matching thing because
you've committed crimes against Skyrim and people.
Because you're encumbered.
What say you in your defense?
Venatari can keep up with the bikes more or less, and you can use the Tanglefoot grenade strat to prevent you from being charged before you want to be. Exactly. So they move 12, which is really good. They only have a 3+ armor save. The bikers have very similar armor, but because they're on a bike, they have 2+ save. Because a lot of bikes units, if you're on a bike, you get an extra armor save, like Eldar ones. But these, I imagine that's why.
They have the buckler as well, don't they?
So, again, that's what I was about to go on to. So the Tarsus Buckler is a combat weapon, which makes you +1 strength, -2 and 1 damage. But when you shoot it,
attack.
Yeah, when you shoot it with an AP -1, it counts as AP 0. So you have to hit it with a -2.
Yeah.
So it's essentially got 2+ save.
Yeah.
Against -1 damage.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. So that makes him. So when you're hitting him with bolters, it's okay. But like when you're hitting him with anything with a -, which is pretty good. So like Helvrins, which are going to be targeting these because they have 3 wounds, they just got 3-up save, which they have anyway. So it's kind of like a nice way they've got around it. But also they can deep strike, which is really good.
Yeah. And the models, by and large, are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They look better modelled with some weapons than others.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's just personal taste anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
They've got the cool little kinetic destroyer, which is like the 2-shot pistol. Strength 6, -2 and 2 damage. And if you roll a 6 to hit, then you get an extra hit, which is cool.
Yeah.
But then you get a couple of options. You can take a lance or a kinetic destroyer. So kinetic, instead of the kinetic destroyer, sorry. So the lance is +1 strength, -3, D3 damage. But it has a shooting weapon as well, which is essentially strength 6, -2 and 2 damage. Assault 2. So nice unit. Yeah. Not too bad. I'm not really sure on the points. I haven't had a chance to add them up. But base cost, they are 48 points. So they're not cheap. They're about the same. Probably end up being a little bit more expensive than normal Custodies.
Yeah.
But having that deep strike option without paying CP.
And the faster movement.
And fly.
One thing to note is you can have 6 in the unit.
which is good.
Yeah,
so you can take 18 max.
Ideally, obviously, they are brand new,
and
I'd like to test them out before I'm mad about them.
Yeah,
they look cool. 18-inch pistol's pretty sweet.
It is, yeah.
Because the idea that you're in combat, you just have a strength 6 -2,
popping them while you're fighting them with a buckler.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Which is pretty cool.
We've all had that cool moment in the game where somebody's got a plasma pistol in close combat and they're vaporized. It's always cool.
Other thing that you should note is in ITC, where they have the enclosed ruins, the magic boxes, these guys can fly into them, which is really good. So they can hide inside terrain because they've got flying their infantry. So they can jump around terrain, hide inside stuff, then come out and charge, which would be really good. So that'll make them actually quite strong in ITC, for example.
Matt Gayer said in the chat, I'm really disappointed with the Venetaris, to be honest. They're going to die incredibly easy to AP minus units.
Yeah, but as we mentioned, if they have the buckler, which you're probably going to take...
AP minus one, they're fine against. 2 and above, that's fair. If it's like 4... I mean, the normal Custodies are relying on invulnerable saves really at that point as well. Yeah. They're still going to have a 5-up invulnerable save, aren't they? Because they're still...
If you take Battleforge, you'll have a 4+.
Yeah.
Because Aegis of the Emperor gets +1 if you take Battleforge down, which you will be. Because you're going to play match play with them. So they've got 4+ invuln, so it's only really AP 0 that's an issue.
Yeah.
If you're getting hit by a bolter, it's an issue. But will it wound you? Not really.
No. Well, they need 5s to wound.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're firing a lot of firepower at that, they're not firing a lot of firepower at something else.
Yeah, that's true.
But, I mean, we've all got that unit, and you really wish you weren't killed first. But if they're killing that, they're not killing something else, are they? That's...
Yeah. So, again, it's only... The thing is, they've got a 3+ save, but it's only AP 0 that makes a difference.
I mean, I agree with you, Matt Gay. I do. But at the same time, I do think that buckler's pretty sweet, because it stops the -1 AP.
Exactly, yeah.
And if you're playing Battleforge, you've got a 50-50 chance of passing your saves anyway.
Yeah. I think
what you're worried about is smite.
Yeah. If you ever took the buckler off, you're probably playing that unit wrong, I think.
Yeah.
I'd say. So, AP 0, fair enough, it counts as AP 1. Anything over AP 1, you got 3-up or a 4-up, don't matter. It's the same as what a non-custodian
it's just lost a lot of standard custodies to AP 0 weapons, and I can imagine that as well. You get a lot of firepower on them.
Yeah.
But obviously, your chances... If you're going to roll ones, you're going to roll ones.
I think if they didn't have the buckler, then they'd be like, they're a bad unit.
Yeah.
But I think that's by the by. Right.
I still think somebody just said in the chat as well. I do think bike is a better way to go in terms of versatility. But I do think as a new unit, they're pretty cool and they're worth playing with. I like the buckler, cheeky pistol. So let's see what we can do.
Cheeky pistol, not bad in combat.
Yeah. Because you can shoot them in combat.
I'd probably take the lance. I'd probably take the lance over the pistol. As cool as the pistol is.
Yeah. Maybe I've one with the pistol just because I want the pistol.
Yeah.
That's not sound tactical advice. That's just me.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, as I said, with ITC, if you want to go through buildings, which bikes can't anymore, Venetaria are the way to go. Probably the last unit. I think that's all the units covered, barring the Palace Grav attack gun tank, which is the mini land speeder, which moves 16, Alex.
Yeah.
Cool.
Consistency.
Exactly. So this has the same weapon as the Coronis Grav Carrier.
Yeah.
So it has the twin Arachnus Blaze Cannon, which is the...
But it seems more reasonable on this.
Because it's on a flying little gunship.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, she just stole the words right out of my mouth, Mikey.
Yeah. It's got power of the machine spirit, so it can move and shoot. It moves 16. Toughness 6 with 8 wounds. We have 5+ invuln.
Shares the gravatic backwash rule.
Yep, and the twin Arachnus, is it heavy blade or is it just the blaze cannon?
Yeah.
It's 100 points.
Which, if you look at the stats, 100 points is just not that bad.
It's a little bit cheeky.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously better things you could take, but it's not worthless. 100 points, slap that on. Mm-hmm. It's got 8 wounds. Toughness 6.
Yeah.
The guns are actually decent for 100 points.
Yeah, it's got fly, so it's going to be really good at jumping around, holding an objective, and just shooting laser guns at people.
And because it's Abductus Custodies, it does secure objectives. Yeah. Unless they've got something with OBSEC near it, or with more models, which is probably going to have more models, but you can bang it on objective and you secure it, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly. Someone just pointed out, I apologise, Bonclod just pointed out that you can't take a lance and a buckler. You replace the buckler and the kinetic destroyer, which is the pistol. For the lance.
That's saying I'd always have the pistol and the buckler myself.
Yeah, you just take the the buckler. Every time.
Better
So
value than a
apologise.
Marine Land Speeder? Yep, I'd agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, 100 points for a faster unit, hits on twos, moves and shoots.
Power Machine Spirit, which is
doesn't
great, yeah.
doesn't degrade, which is really good because it only has 8 wounds for 100 points. Yeah, solid unit, love it. Let's take 3. 3 of them, 3 Gladius grav tanks, and then like 3 infantry to go with it because you can't fit anything else in.
Yeah. you got to get a big daddy custode in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Rerolling ones of one's pretty
You
sweet.
need charging it. I think charging's kind of an auto take, especially if you're going to take like a gunline army. Like
yeah, we were on about this earlier, weren't we? And I've come round to your way of thinking there is an auto take, but I still think the best unit in the Codex is the Bite Captain, slap him with a 3-up-in roll.
Bite Captain with 3-up-in was really good.
Yeah.
I think Trajan, obviously it depends on the loadout and the build that you go for.
Yeah.
But
Trajan's good really if you actually are going to try and build a castle.
Yeah. But also it gives you the extra command points if you need to.
See, that people just think about command points for him, but you can also regain wounds with that.
Yeah. But I feel like command points are a lot stronger because he's a character, he's only going to be taking wounds when he gets in combat.
Yeah.
He's better than most in combat. And also when you've got stuff like Stooping Dive, Tangled Foot Grenades,
they've got some ridiculously good.
You need
they're very CP hungry army.
Yeah.
They've got Golden Light that came as well, which costs 3.
Yeah. 60 quid a model will sting when I want 3 Palace. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
-2 to charge on a gun line is really nice as well. So deep strike, you've got an 11-inch charge versus those Gladius, which is really, really good. Night Lads need to start saying, well, I think we're just about done, I think. They are all the units. We've gone through all them. I'm going to read through the chat and check any more questions. But is there any more questions that people want to ask before we end the podcast? How do you feel about the beta Custodies, Alex?
I mean, it's just nice. There's more to play with. Because Custodies...
The Codex is really small, right?
Yeah, they're a very elite army, obviously, and that's rightly so. But there's been some models... And if there weren't models already sat there, okay, fair enough. But there's been models sat there that you could have been able to use for a long time now.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously some were better, like Telamon and stuff, and they've given it a bit of sad old nerf. But there's other units that had no rules, and you've got some now.
Yeah.
Like the Sagittarius ones. It's nice.
They're pretty good. I like those.
You've got a little Havoc squad, essentially.
Yeah.
Havoc Devastator
150
squad.
points.
Yeah.
9 wounds, sat in a building, shooting 30.
It's something you didn't have access before, unless you were souping. I'm obviously, it's probably still better off souping on competitive level. If you want to build just a pure Custodes list, you've got some nice options now.
Yeah. I did realise that we missed the unit. The Galata.
Oh, yeah, the sword and board dude.
Yep. So he's very similar to the Achilles. He's 9-inch, all the stat lines are the same. He has a super heavy flamer on his sword, 2d6, strength 6 -1, 8-inch range. He also has the melee, the war blade is melee, which is strength user, so strength 7, -3 damage. If you roll a 6 to hit, you get an extra additional hit. He always has a 4+ invulnerable, which is better than all the Dreadnoughts because they have a 5+. And also, if you're fighting him in combat, you're -1 to hit.
That's one for the Telamon. Did the Telamon used to have a 4-up involved?
It did, yeah. It still does, I think.
Is it?
I don't think that. I've only mentioned changes with the Telamon. Yeah, the Telamon still has 4+.
Yeah.
So
just with you saying that it's the other one with a 4-up now, and I thought for sure the Telamon did have a 4-up.
Normal Custodies, normal Dreadnoughts, then I apologise. So he's a 4+ -1 in combat, which is really good because he's a combat-based one.
Yeah.
His weapon's a bit meh. Strength 7 -3 and 3 damage. If it was strength 12 or something, I'd be like, yes, go on then. But I think the Dread Spirit making his strength 14 -3 and always 3 damage, potentially 6.
Yeah.
Because you never roll lower than a 3. I think the Achilles is better. But I think the Galatas is cool.
Yeah, I do like that when things are swinging at him in close combat, the -1 from the hit roll.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Super handy. If you're near a banner as well, you make your -1 to hit.
Yeah.
I think maybe in combat, probably not. It's probably just shooting.
Yeah, it's just shooting with the Custodes banner.
Oh, well.
Yeah. It's too bright.
Exactly, yeah. So, he's okay. He's okay if you've bought one. I apologise, he's not that great. Get a killers. So Mohammed Liam has said, do you honestly think that this changes Custodies competitively at all? I.e., will we see strong mono builds? I predict no. I think you'll see a lot. I think if people are going to go mono,
I think the mono
Custodies,
options will have changed.
I think the build will change.
Will it be the competitive list? Not, and if anything that's competitive in this game at the moment is soup.
Yeah. But if let's say in the mono faction, the mono tournament like ours, I think the build will change. I don't think the overall meta will change. I think Custodies might do better within the hands of a good player because you've got a lot more options to play with. which means that you can.
And then you got proper castling for the first time as well.
Yeah, you've got actual gun. You can actually go quite a good gun line with a combat unit. You have a lot more options to think about. Again, a shame about the Telamon, but you've got like the Flyer is, whilst it is a horrifically expensive model, it's actually a really good unit. I don't rate the Custodian Guard with the different spears because they're just meh.
Yeah.
They're just Custodians with different guns. Again, they should just be part of this unit, to be honest. Do Custodies have a Wisdom of the Ancient straps?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
It's the exact same one from. It's literally ripped from the Space Marine Codex.
So they have a couple from the Space Marine Codex. They have the.
They had the one up for 2 CP when you're dying, swing again.
Yeah.
When you die, swing again. Even in death,
The mortal wounding nor one, don't they, for vehicles, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So overall, I don't think it's going to affect the meta too much. I think if you do play against a Custodies player, has anything actually unseated the bikes? No, but the bikes are also struggling because of the type of missions that are being played at the minute. So I don't think you'll see bikes much anymore, but I think you might see different builds. You might see some tanks, which is cool. You're probably not going to see the transport. You might see the Flyer, which is a bit of a fun unit.
Yeah.
You
might see the speeder, the land speed equivalent. Yeah.
The Gravitac, the Palace. Yeah. I think the Palace is actually a really solid unit for 100 points. You might see one, maybe two. I doubt you'll run 3 for 300 points. But yeah, I think you'll see a lot more Caladius now. Now they're a lot cheaper. As I said, they basically come down. They're half points. If you buy 2, you get a third one free for the old points. So that's what I think. It feels quite harsh with all the ways to mortal wound yourself with get hot rules everywhere. Yeah, especially when you can't turn it off, because all these weapons that cause mortal wounds, there's no like two options. It's just one option. But a lot of them are actually quite expensive weapons.
With the exception of Sagittarius Guard, they'd have to fire the mod that deals on mortal wounds, do they?
True,
that's the only one. They can just fire the other one.
Yeah, that is the only one. But it's like a completely different weapon. So I think the Telamon is maybe more playable with the points drop. I mean, it did drop 60 points, but also got a super nerf. So is it even worth?
I do agree that it is more playable with the points drop, but at the same time, is it
worth the points?
Yeah. I mean, if you're taking double face and you're like dead set on taking that, yeah, that's great. Just throw it in. But in terms of shooting, which most people are running it as,
no,
you've gone from 20 shots down to 12. That's good.
Yeah. Crosby said it, so I think the Tank of the Palace might be seen. So there you go. If you're a Custodies player, go and buy some Caladius. Maybe buy some Palace. Gravitac guns. Don't bother buying anything else.
Buy anything you like, really. Just...
Buy anything you like. To be fair, I think the Venatari are quite good.
Yeah.
I think they're deceptively good. I think when on paper they look bad, but when you're actually playing them, again, when you use it,
like I said, it depends what you're playing against. Well, if you're playing against something with a lot of -1s, you're gonna think actually that's really frigging good, aren't you?
Yeah. I think they're a lot easier to use. They look like they fill a similar role to the bikes, but you can use the bikes aggressively while the Venatari play the missions. Jump around, hide behind buildings, capture objectives, deal with little characters, deal with little units hiding in buildings and get rid of them. But yes, I think you might see those, but they are a bit more of a fun unit, especially with how much they actually cost, which is always the issue with Forge World, right? A lot of the units are really good, but also realistically they are quite expensive to buy.
Yeah.
So whilst you think, yes, I want to run...
And there's no in between with Forge World. There's either it costs a lot of money and it's really good, or it costs a lot of money and you just want it because it looks cool, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Not even meh, it's bad. It's like...
Do I have any... Will we see Custodies battle report soon? Do you have any in the Hellstorm 8? I have a Custodies army. I have lots of bikes. I've got about 30 infantry. I do have both of the Forge World Dreadnoughts. I have a Telamon and I have a Caladius and I have a Cronus. I don't have a Gravitac. And I have the Sagittarian Guard. Basically, out of this, I don't have the bikes, the Terminators, or the Gravitac, or the Venatari. So I'm missing 4 units. But again, like as I keep saying, like just go buy 3 Caladius. They're also like £100 odd each. Yeah. So you're paying like 300 quid for 3 units. Whatever. So there you go. I think that's the end of the podcast. I think we're done. Anything else to add?
No, I hope you have a nice evening or whatever time you're listening to. I enjoy that.
Yeah. So thank you very much for listening, everyone. That has been podcast number 7.
Oh, sorry. One for you. Emily said, who's prettier, me or Dan? I mean, by me, he means him.
Okay. Honest opinion. I think with his beard, he's a lot prettier, but now he's a bald monkey, baby man face. Dan's a lot prettier because he has better eyebrows.
Okay, that solved that
Yeah.
question. He just put "I love you"
So,
with an exclamation mark. What a lovely way to finish a podcast with a
There you
declaration of love.
he said he's growing his beard back. I can't wait to see. So thank you very much for listening, everyone. This has been Hellstorm Wargaming Podcast number 7, Beta Custodies. I said it. Oh well.
Oh no, not like this.
If you enjoyed the podcast, make sure you listen to the other episodes. We are available on Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. If you'd like to support the podcast, then do check us out live. We stream every 2 weeks the podcast live. So I'm talking to a Twitch audience right now. I'm talking to the YouTube audience right now with Alex, my good co-host of this evening. Say hi, Alex.
Hello.
Bye, Alex.
Bye.
If you like, otherwise you can support the podcast. You can subscribe on Twitch for £4, $5 a month. You get some cool emotes and stuff like that. Or you can subscribe to hellstormwargaming.co.uk. Jump on Hellstorm Premium. Everyone loves it.
Look, some cheeky bat reps that aren't released to non-subscribers.
So exclusive battle reports. At the time of talking, there's 11 exclusive battle reports. Lots of ITC ones with the new Drakari army that aren't actually out until next week on Freeview.
Yeah.
So you'd listen to some cool food reviews. So thank you very much for listening. We've been Hellstorm Wargaming. You guys have been fantastic, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Good night.
No.
Bye. It could be the morning where you are. Bye.
Right.
And there we go, guys. That is the end of the podcast. So thank you very much. Let me just say that before I do anything else. Save it. Thank you very much for listening. Do you have any other questions before we go offline? Or is that about it? Did we cover everything? We enjoyed some coconuts. Did you have a good night, Alex?
I did.
First podcast?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting me on, and I really enjoyed the coconut bar. It was quite nice.
Yeah. What did you guys think? Was Alex a good host? Are you going to tell him that it was rubbish to his face while he's here right now? Or are you going to say he was awesome? Because he was. I thought he was awesome. I really like the look of the Custodies. As I said, I do have some Custodies myself. It's just lots of painting, guys, when I've been painting.
Yeah,
so
a lot
much.
of gold.
A lot of gold. I've got a battalion painted of Custodies. Who painted the garden? The latest battle report on the website. That was Mohawk Miniatures, or Mohawk J. So make sure you do check him out. Really good painter. Really cheap as well. I couldn't hear half of it. I had the wife down here. Goddamn women.
You've got to respect the whammons.
Yeah.
You've got to respect them.
Keep them keen. Keep them happy. Look after them. So, would like to see Alex on again. Mark Yorkshire, can't complain. Mikey's your mic shock mounted. No, it isn't. Which I do want to upgrade. It is not shock mounted. You can probably tell because I keep moving it, so it's probably a little bit of a thump. When's the next meet and greet? We are planning on booking a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Soon enough. I'm just not sure when.
I really enjoyed the last one. It was a bit nippy, but it's middle of winter.
Yeah, it was really fun getting to meet up with
because
some
you
guys.
were cold, I got some fish and chips and didn't even feel bad about it. They were lovely.
Yeah, so yeah, no shock mounting. You can probably tell because especially when I'm going like this a lot because the problem is when I'm talking I go like this. I need to learn to sit still. I want a nice chair so I can sit still. You should have fixed the audio though on this podcast. What do you mean, Crosby? Okay.
Oh, all right. I'm slightly like.
I was like, what? What have I done? Yeah, I'm gonna get Liam. I'm gonna get a whole new stand because this one's quite old now, so it's like starting to droop. I'm gonna get a shock mount as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's been fun. Our next podcast, Hellstorm Wargaming's next podcast is in 2 weeks. But the next podcast I'm going to be on is I'm going to be joining Warhammer Liam on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. And I'm going to be joining him on his show, on his Twitch. So give him a follow. And we're going to be having a chat about stuff. Because we don't have an agenda yet.
So tune in to hear about stuff.
We all droop when we're getting old. Yeah, I totally agree, mate. So I'm going to be sat here, but in his front room. Amazing. Technology right, and Skype. So we're going to be chatting to him about all the stuff with him, Brom, and Mikey P. The fake Mikey P, because I'm the real Mikey P.
No, you're Mikey.
I'm Mikey Pimp.
Oh, never do that again. Never do that again.
What's the Twitch name? It is Morehammer Liam.
Stuff and Fangs.
Yeah, so really looking forward to that. About Necrons being the new meta. So that'll be the shortest podcast online.
Fake.
It'll last about 30
news.
You'll say, hello, my name's Liam, I'm Brom, I'm Mikey P, I'm Mikey. Necrons are bad, the end.
Dun, dun,
So make sure you check out that. Any other questions before they call it? I might go and host Twisted Elite. I think Twisted Die, sorry, because I think they're going on at 9:30. I will just double check for you, chaps. What's everyone been up to while you've been listening? What's been the crack? What's been crack-a-lacking?
Scoffers put I'm coming back to 40k.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Scoff, are you okay? Are you doing that tournament on the 9th?
I will make Necrons great again.
I'd love to see it. Looks like they're not online yet, so I might end up hosting someone else. But yeah, if you're using 3 Seraptex, then go for it, man. You'll be fine. In 2K, you can get 3 Seraptex and a Triarch Stalker, which is pretty funny.
Get well soon, Stuart here. If you're off ill from work, get well soon.
I hope you're okay, matey. The Dark Artist is on. We could raid. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to make it because it's the same day that Genestealer Cults Codex comes out. So I'm gonna be like, right, drive to Sanctuary, pick up the book, drive back, start to film.
Yeah.
So, shall we do a raid into the Dark Artisan? What's he streaming? Is it related? Boom, boom, boom. Painting the last man Custodian Guard actually slowly. I get well soon. Bill and Night is the best medicine. Totally agree. Bespoke Hero or Pete's been painting Crimson Fist. Nice dude. Who knows? I'm going to watch an advert to find out. There's people talking and it says painting Molog's Mob and Genestealer Cult Chat. I think I might raid him. See what he's doing. The Dark Artisan. So guys, I'm going to start a raid on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube, go and join in. But essentially just after the stream will end. So we're going to join in with their chat and do loads of hype. If you copy this message that I'm posting in the chat, send in the hype, send in the love, go and say hello. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. We've been Hellstorm Wargaming. Have fun, I guess. We're ready to raid. It's going to go now. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Mikey.
I'm Alex.
That's Alex. We've been great. You've been amazing. Love you. Bye-bye. And then YouTube hasn't gone yet.